Prepare yourselves for one of the most riveting detective games I've ever seen. You must solve 12 mysteries, each one crazier than the last, and all together they slowly form an interconnected story that gets absolutely off the rails. Let me show you how this game works. In each mystery, you're given a god's eye view of a scene where a man is pushing his friend off a cliff, as friends do. You can examine this man closer. I knew what you were plotting, you snake. He also has a pipe, possibly for crack, a dagger, and a document. January 5th, 1742. Both parties agreed to these terms for the expedition to Monkey Paw Island. Albert Cloudsley has rights to 2/3 of all valuables for funding the expedition. Oberon Geller has rights to 1/3 of all valuables and any golden statues found for providing the map to the expedition site. Oberon Geller is a doctor. Albert Cloudsley is an esquire. All these words go down to the bar below. And then you could switch over to the thinking tab where you have to try to fill in the events that happened. But first we're gonna need more clues. Who is this falling man? Ah, he says while upside down. He has a scalpel, so he's probably a doctor. And the medicine bottle all but confirms it. He's got the same document and the map with a bunch of different locations on Monkey Paw Island, which we'll just add to the thinking bar. And it goes green, indicating we have all the clues. We might as well investigate. Inside the bags, we got 2 bags with coins and gems, tobacco, versus 1 bag with gems, medical instruments, and the golden idol. Now, since we can deduce that the doctor is being pushed over the cliff, we can say the upside down man is the Dr. Oberon Geller, and the shover is Albert Cloudsley, which is confirmed correct. Next, we gotta figure out where we are. Well, we can use context clues and find 2 small islands in the distance, and correlate that to the 2 small islands by the horn of thumb. So we could just drag over horn of thumb. That is correct. And the final step is putting together the story. Albert Cloudsley pushed Oberon Geller from a cliff in the horn of thumb on Monkey Paw Island. A simple mystery, but the next one gets crazier. So we're following the story specifically of the idol. And next is Albert Cloudsley, since he lives the untimely passing of a rural gentleman. There's a man here. Man is not breathing, his head is badly wounded. Ring with a ruby. What's this book up here? Henley Clover lead poisoning? It's just a book about lead poisoning that has been disturbed. We have a ladder, kind of nostalgic. We have a cool August of the 23rd. Oh, and I like that, even marks clues that I visited with a red. Spontaneous combustion. I, Sebastian Cloudsley, will share my humble contribution to the science of anatomy and chemistry. So not Albert Cloudsley. This is his diary of the 22nd, his last day alive. He woke up, dressed in dining attire, had roast duck for lunch, changed to hunting attire, hunted badgers, no luck today, returned home, changed to researching attire, then to dining attire, and then beef loin for supper, filled in my diary and went to bed to continue reading for my research. There's also a map with some of the areas, Woodshire, Crow Tower, Blackfield. This is a very tattered coat. It looks like it has experienced some spontaneous combustion. There's also a horse and a yacht in the river and the golden idol. But I found every clue. Let's see what's going on. Well, this is obviously Sebastian Cloudsley who's dead. And we can see his different attires, researching attire. And I believe this is his hunting attire. I should look at the journal. Well, last thing he was in was his dining attire. There is material to be discovered. Oh, right, I need the 3rd thing of his attire. Well, there's this. Oh, this clue's been added to the thinking panel. I think I was right the first time, actually. Because, yeah, this is obviously dining attire. It was right to peg this as hunting attire. So, Sebastian Cloudsley, Lord of where? Well, he has water outside of his window, so it's likely Blackfield. The others do not have water. Cause of death was, well, he's wearing hunting attire. So obviously it was something while hunting. He had a head wound. So he probably fell from his horse while he was hunting. So the Cloudsley family is something going on. Although this guy just died of a pretty normal cause, unless the golden idol caused that horse to go crazy. What the hell is this? Oh my God. And then we have a man on fire. The dramatic departure of an outsider. Oh, Someone burning themselves. And a lot of people here. Spare me, devil, I was simply following orders. Astonishing monkey man, property of brothers. So he is a pair brother. Is a knife with an A carved in it. He's a pair. A man who's on fire. A similar looking knife, but with a J carved into it, possibly J pair, and a horse brush. What have you been up to, J pair? What the blazes? You had been horse racing. Had Raging Sultan to win. 35 pounds on the line. Don't know anything else about you besides you're a degenerate gambler. You're holding a golden idol. Now, if it's all the same to you, I will take my leave. It's the spontaneous combustion spell. The same thing Sebastian was possibly researching. Sacred glyphs for combustion on the idol. These I am gonna write down. No, not because I want to do this spell myself. No. It just, it might be helpful. Definitely not gonna combust anyone intentionally. So you first must cast a freezing spell. Don't know how important that is. Here's the golden idol. And of course, it's been set to combustion. It is correct. The idol is more powerful than I remember it being. A ring with a ruby. This is the same ruby ring that Sebastian Cloudsley had. And some money. What about this man who just showed up? Ash Blair. Just a tobacco brand, I suppose. Prepare the carriage for tomorrow. We are to visit my nephew, EC. I wonder who EC is. He's got some money. He's got a dagger. Say, interesting. And a saddlebag. There's a note on the door. Adam and James. So this here must be Adam pair. The guy on fire must be James pair. And in fact, we can go to thinking right now. If I want to, I can just mark down the clues. So it's Adam who's running, James on fire. And what I do know is that James pair died from spontaneous combustion, but there's a lot more to this story. First off, this here man. What an unexpected turn of events. Embroider a handkerchief with EC on it. So he wrote the letter to this man. What else do you have? Dear Edmund, probably the E in EC, it has reached my attention that you are seeking a capable new servant. I've just the man for you. David Gorin is an experienced coachman with a diverse set of talents that I'm sure you'll find very useful. If you're displeased with his services, do not hesitate to let me know. Coachman, like driver of a carriage? Let me look this up. Yes, it would appear that is the case. So this man is likely Edmund. Let me just get that down. And then this man is likely David. I mean, he was written about the carriage, so he's probably the coachman. He also has a stiletto blade, 3 pounds and 3 shillings, and the London Gazetter. Edmund Cloudsley. Oh, what this family is up to. His speech stirs parliament, huh? What are these Cloudsleys up to, man? Let's keep looking. I saw there was a thing up here. Like a family symbol on the door. My non-existent 3-year-old daughter could draw better than that. And an inside room. House symbol says Batley, Cloudsley, and Cubert. So this is the House of Batley that we're in. And thankfully, I'm not blocking anything with my face cam. Fat Lord, the pair twins. So they hate the twins, or hate the Lord of this house. Who are you? My apologies, he can be so bad here sometimes. 6 rings, 4 pounds. Guitar blade, oh, she's wealthy. A fan. A book. She could be a resident of this home. One of the lords here. There's an attorney, Nicholas Maker. So probably this lad. I would not have expected one of your family to treat a legal document in such a way. I am appalled. Oh yeah, he's the attorney. Oh, this is the same ruby red ring. So maybe he didn't steal the ring. Maybe it's just, there's a ring maker that makes a lot of the same rings. And they're popular among royalty. And now we're seeing the family tree. So Albert Cloudsley, who pushed the guy off the cliff. Oh, birthed Sebastian Cloudsley. He died. And that leads up to these events. Wow, so we don't even get to see much of Albert's life. It's just Sebastian dies. Rose, Edmund. Willard Wright, the associate with the question mark. And Peter Batley. So inheritors to Sebastian's will? Yes, as it says in the top of the page. There's a lot to fill in here. So this man is very obviously attorney, Willard Wright. And the woman we're probably talking to is Beatrix Batley, who gave birth to Peter Batley. And I could fill in a little on the other side. We can see Sebastian's will, but the story hasn't all come together just yet. Let's keep looking at the clues though. There's a book on the floor. Aphorisms. How to be happy, how to avoid being upset, how to be inspired, how to be scared. As much as I want to read this rich book about how to live my life by some rich dude, I think it's mostly just for clues. Here we have some burned documents. Rose Kubert. Research. Lots of burned documents. Oh, okay. Someone gave the golden idol of Xenopolis to someone who didn't want that to be traced. You will know what to do with it. I guess I should read these. I want you to put your sharp mind to better use than mere politics. Therefore, I bequeath to you the notes from the research I have undertaken on astronomy. I grant you to finish and publish it under our names. Both our names. We've met so rarely after you left for colonies. Therefore, I bequeath to you my savings, land, and the Blackfield Manor? But what? 5 lines versus 4 lines? Some of these line up, some of these don't. Oh, I see. The Blackfield Manor House. Come home and establish a museum of my life and accomplishments. Something doesn't seem right about that note. I, Sebastian Cloudsley of Blackfield County, being in bodily health and in sound disposing mind and memory, nominate and appoint Nicholas Maker as executor of my last will and testament. And then another one of these, burnt, another document by the fire, possibly burnt by the gambler guy. Dear Peter Batley, we've sent you frequent reminders reminding the settlement of your debt, and yet to date the debt remains unpaid. We humbly request that you make your payments as soon as possible, or we'll be forced to take the matter into our own hands. The debt currently stands at £255. Blackguard and Buck loans. So Peter Batley owes a debt. Maybe that's why he's gambling. Let's see. It would make sense that this is Peter Batley. It also makes sense that this lady is actually Rose Kubert, since especially I've gotten all the clues. And frankly, there is no Beatrix, and Beatrix isn't an inheritor. There's also, a bunch of letters now. So, and then these are the names. So maybe I have to figure out which of these papers actually physically match up with the note, so I can figure out what's addressed to whom. So, out of the letters, I know that Edmund Cloudsley had been into politics because, well, he was in the paper, as we saw earlier. My dear late sister, your mother, disclosed your financial troubles to me long ago, and I resolved to help you. And then he gave him aphorisms. And this was Peter Batley. You get a house. You get astronomy research. You get the golden idol of Xenopolis. You get some nice words. Enjoy, Peter. Don't gamble yourself to death. So then there's 2 more beneficiaries. Willard Wright and Rose Kubert. Well, clearly then, what has to happen? I mean, either Rose or Willard is holding the idol, and it's obviously not Rose, so this has to be Willard Wright. Uh-oh. Wait, what am I doing? This is Willard Wright. How on earth did I put Willard Wright there? What was I even thinking at that time? This has to be Willard Wright then, obviously. There we go. So he was given the golden idol of Xenopolis, and the last beneficiary is Rose. So now the story itself. This is Willard with the golden idol, setting someone afire. So it sounds like someone's trying to take the idol from him, and someone ordered 2 people to take it from them, probably the Pear brothers. And, whoops, it should be Sebastian Cloudsley's will. Now, who's the one who actually ordered them to do such a thing? Could it be the gambling addict? Well, I mean, he's probably not happy to have received the aphorisms. So it's probably Peter Batley. I mean, he's also there at the scene, and he was probably upset to receive them, which makes perfect sense. And he's like, well, gambling isn't going to get me out of this debt, so maybe the golden idol will. And interesting on the will, Willard was written with a question mark, so no one in the family really knows who he is, but he knows how to use the idol. So we'll see, I guess, continue from his journey. And the next chapter. So I've got a dude here who's seen better days. Looks like he's not breathing and been stabbed 3 times with a ruby, ring, and a walking cane. What else is in his room? It says revenge, RR, written in blood. A hatch, a trap door in the ceiling. There's a stool underneath the trap door, which leads me to believe someone possibly got in through the trap door, or this open window with a man shouting out. Alarm, alarm, a break-in. He's holding a lantern. Is Henry Parker, the watchman, who also has a spear. There's also glass laying on the outside, which means that the window was broken from within. There's a toolbox with a ticking watch that says 225. So he was murdered before 225 to Maurice. Is this man Maurice? Could be. Also an empty toolbox. Kind of looks golden idol size. On the table, I have a washing bowl filled with slightly bloody water, as though someone washed their hands free of blood. Dear proud beast master, I've attended our departed brother's send-off and accepted the keepsake that he bestowed upon our brotherhood in his will. Keepsake possibly referring to the idol. His will referring to Sebastian, whatever his last name is. Editor, help. What's this about a brotherhood, though? I shall send this letter tomorrow, September 10th. I hope it will reach you without delay. Already, it is midnight. I will retire to my bed, for this has been a long day. May Griffin awaken, proud beast initiate. So whoever wrote this was in a cult, and the events of the scene happened between midnight and 2:25. This is likely the man who wrote the letter, because he had the keepsake of the golden idol, but no longer has it. There's another room over here I can investigate. Thankfully, my face cam's blocking nothing, but there's a window. The man outside. Why did that bugger give me a note when he knows damn well I can't read? I remember this guy now. He's got a rusty half of shears, a piece of stale bread, and a note that says you can lie low for a couple of days in the old oarsman's place down at the docks, which he can't read. This guy is a big red herring. For now, let's focus on the trapdoor. Just in the ceiling. There's an empty bed, not warm. Someone was sleeping here. And there's a door that does not open. So it's possible some entry through the trapdoor could have happened. And let me just take a look at this thinking real quick. I'm gonna put this as Maurice right now, just as a maybe. And it was in his room. And it was likely that Maurice got stabbed. Let's carry on. Downstairs I go to a lively scene. Got a good old barkeep. Where did that blasted boy go? I really need a piss. Don't we all? He's got a kitchen knife, a partially peeled lemon. Dear Oscar Boyton, it's come to our attention that the good old owner of the Little Mermaid offers services to those who want to transfer products that are less agreeable to the authorities. I will come by in 3 days. If you still have some space in your gin barrels and are willing to earn extra money, reach out to me. So he must be Oscar Boyton? So he might not be the owner, but the barkeep, but he does have keys. So he's probably Oscar Boyton. Very likely. What's this here? There's a tab for green, 4 gallons of wine. Probably not gallons. That's absurd. I don't know what GL stands for. There's Breege with 3 and Blair with 1 GL. He's got a book in front of him. There's 2 rooms, the Dandelion room, a Willard Wright who received the idol in the previous mystery. And then Ash Blair is in the Forget-Me-Not room. So here's what I'm gonna do real quick. The Dandelion room is in fact the right one. This is probably Willard Wright then. And it also makes sense because he has the idol, or had the idol. And Maurice is who he was writing the letter to, which makes way more sense. And Ash Blair is also staying here, but I don't know who that is. Here, we have Robert Redruth, the escaped convict. This is the weird-looking shady guy we saw outside that can't read. Look, his face is even the same. And you may have noticed that this was written in blood. Revenge, RR, Robert Redruth. But he can't read, so he couldn't have write it. So it's a red herring. Here, this is the Little Mermaid's Inn. Amazing Evans musical performance. The event shall commence circa 11 p.m. It is past 11 p.m., so this is probably Evans. Oh, mother, forgive me. I will never gamble with something so dear to me again. He's got a violin, a folding blade, and a key to wear. Well, this is certainly Evans. I've also got this guy. Just deal the next one. It's all luck anyway. Got shillings and pence, a hand of cards, a dagger, a key, and remember, you as an agent of our trading company have to reflect its values to the fullest. Never be late. The client leaves the port on the 10th. Be persuasive. Do not take no for an answer. We must get the client's product. Be effective. Once you have the product, deliver it to me immediately with the servant boy. Most importantly, no matter what you do, be mindful of our reputation. Our names must remain spotless. The product could possibly be referring to the same product in this note, but there's no name attached to it. Now we have this lady. Be Cam John. He was a perfect gentleman. He bought me a drink, then retired upstairs. So someone was talking about the guy upstairs who's now dead. hand of cards, money, key, and a stiletto. And we got this. To Annie. You are beautiful like a rose. For you I will take any blows. Annie, you are like a glass of wine. Your hair is very fine. I will find gold in a mine if that makes you forever mine. You rhymed mine with mine. You're piglet full of love. Well, this is obviously Annie. And she's talking to John. Tell me, what does that man have that I lack? This is probably John. This starts the conversation. He had a small sword. That's every clue. You got a hand of cards, money, and a key. So this is very likely to be John. But then on the table, I have wine. This is John's wine. This is Annie's wine. This is the third person's wine. And then we have this with score, because they're playing cards. Annie G was playing with, Willard Wright and M.E. Probably Maurice Evans. Evans is the only E, so Maurice Evans makes sense. We can actually keep this. Ooh, this is handy. We can do Maurice Evans in this corner. And Willard Wright playing here. And then Annie, what's the G? Green. Annie Green makes perfect sense. So there's Annie Green. Then there's JB. That's definitely John something. And then there's AB, which is definitely Ash something. And this is at the end of the table. So this guy is certainly Ash. Oh wait, this is Obi. We actually know who Obi is. That is Oscar Boyton. So then there's still Breege and Blair for last names. I remember Ash Blair was actually the brand of the tobacco that the guy had in the previous mystery. I then also just have a Henry Parker that doesn't correlate to anything, so it's probably the Night Watchman. So Breege has 3 things of wine and Blair has 1. So maybe I could base it off of the amount of time John's been playing longer than Ash. So this is probably John Breege, who has the 3 gallons of wine, and then Ash Blair with the 1. And everything is correct, so I guess I can also complete the names. And all the identities are correct. Now it's just the mystery itself. So someone crept into Willa's room somehow, while 3 people were playing cards with loud music. Well, Annie was always playing cards, and John filled in for Willard, so John was playing cards. Now, I don't know if this was during Oscar's cards or Ash's. And it also happened while loud music was playing, so it couldn't have been Maurice. Actually, who does that even leave for killing Willard? Couldn't have been John, couldn't have been Annie. Couldn't have been Maurice because he was playing music. So it's either Oscar, Ash, Henry, or Robert. But it can't be Robert because I know he's the red herring. Henry is the Night Watchman. It would have been a hell of a stunt for him to get in there, then escape, and then alert the people. So it's probably either Ash or Oscar. Ash makes the most sense. It looks like he's just trying to do his job. Where did that blasted boy go? I really need a piss. Blasted boy? Well, Ash Blair was in the other room. And if we think that actually he came through the ceiling, that would make a lot of sense. In fact, his coat's here. Oh, but look, the client leaves the port on the 10th. Willard Wright was also talking about leaving on the 10th, right? About sending the letter on the 10th. He doesn't have any golden idol on him, but he has the best motive. So I'm willing to bet that Ash Blair crept in his room through the trapdoor, and during that time Oscar was playing cards with loud music, and also that kind of lines up with the timing of everything. And now he has a dagger, so that's the last thing I fill in. And the scroll has been fulfilled. A man going by the name of Ash Blair crept into Willard's room through the trapdoor to steal something important. But when he opened the music box, it woke Willard up and a fight ensued. In the fracas, Ash stabbed Willard and attempted to frame an escaped convict. So there we go. What in the blazes is this? Good morning, innkeeper. I heard a man was murdered here a week ago. Hey, a deranged convict did him in. Now bugger off. Tell me more about the evening when Willard Wright died. I will make it worth your while. Is that supposed to be me? Or maybe it's someone from the Brotherhood. How interesting. Let's check out the intoxicating dinner party. I've got a cool 36 clues to find. Well, let it begin. These sure are fine coats. Yes, young child. With the cigar. Little Pip. Run to the city and grab me some Ash Blair tobacco and a bottle of gin. I'll pay you when I'm back, David. So this is Little Pip. Boom. Looking at the coats. Pocket is what I grabbed. There's an overcoat and a hat. It's blue. A green coat and a hat. Oh, here I have more cigars. Oh, he was going in. He grabbed the cigar from this pocket, I believe. Yeah, he went into this pocket. Well, there's also this with notes. Dear Miss Richards, I enjoyed your company tremendously when I visited your father last month. I am certain you would wish to hear the rest of my thoughts on the shortcomings of our society. I invite you and your father to a dinner at April 8th at my manor. Sincerely, Edmund Cloudsley. That's right. How can I forget the Cloudsley name? And then, Dear Mary, here is something for your diary from me. For you, I would fight a tiger and win, from Peter Batley. All the rich folk want her. How about this? Statue has, what is this? A syringe with some liquid left in it. That is a hell of a hiding spot for a syringe. So I can go to the possibly dining hall. No, it's just the main living quarters. A lot to take in. Thank you, dear. Wait, hold on. This is the second part of the dialogue. Of course, I can give you some candles for your room, Lucia. I assume you are itching to continue reading that scandalous novel. It's key and a note. Dear Ada, I have to use this letter to share some good news. There is no substance to the claims that your late husband used his position to squander church money. The judge has decided to remove all accusations, and you will be no longer a target of baseless gossip. I truly and sincerely hope this will provide some comfort in these dark times when ignorance and impudence go hand in hand. May our Lord steward over our poor souls. So really quick, this one's Ada. This one's Lucia. I don't know what the hell this is to the right. I don't even remember touching it. Then you said, thank you, dear. No, I threw it out. I do not read such dirty literature anymore. I do hope our master's guests are satisfied and that Brian served everything as instructed. Interesting key. Maybe I'm supposed to remember the notches on it. This is a simple key. The dinner party will take place on April 8th. Everything should be ready before noon. Prepare roasted boar. Young Ms. Richards appears not to enjoy meat. Therefore, prepare some alternative side dish. Well, let's keep looking through the kitchen. To Mrs. Smith for 3 years of service. Who's to say which one is Mrs. Smith? Mrs. Smith needs 2 eggs and a pot of tea each breakfast. No heavy food for dinner. You're responsible for Lil Pip doing all his errands. Mr. Walker, I am to be woken up and dressed at 7 a.m. I expect to read my daily newspaper by noon. Mrs. Baker, I expect all my rooms to be cleaned every day, twice on the days I have visitors. And note, David Gorin's job requires that he may arrive or leave during night. No complaining about this. So he's the coachman for Edmund Cloudsley. I remember that. What about this? Well, here I've got some wine and brandy. What about this door? Well, there's another lock with lots of food inside. Loaves of bread, some lemons, vegetables, and meat. So it's all prepared for the dinner party. Has the dinner party not happened yet? Door to the outside not locked. Okay, let me check this attic real quick. There's a mattress with a ton of clues on it. Monkey Man, Dark Hand. What? How are those clues? Monkey Man 2. This looks like the making of a key. Or maybe a lockpick. There's amber liquid. So whiskey, probably. A forged key. Couple of pennies, a fancy handkerchief, and a shiny pocket watch. I remember the handkerchief is similar to Edmund Cloudsley's handkerchief, but it's all hidden in a mattress. It's a giant seed. There's a locked door. There's a drawer here with candles. A diary on April 7th. Oh, so the dinner party hasn't even happened yet. This has been an ordinary day, mostly spent in preparation for tomorrow's dinner event. I do believe the time has come for me to ask for a raise in salary after all these years I've loyally worked here. It is a difficult conversation to be had, but I will strengthen my will and talk to master about it tomorrow. There's also the wise slave. So this is a servant who wants a raise. Only 1 pound and 2 shillings and ink to write that note. There's also a drawer down here with print paint. And down with parasites. Too long? Have they feasted on our blood and sweat? Possibly referring to the Lord, such as Edmund Cloudsley. There's another locked door, probably for the other servant. With a ton of lockpicks. Ash Blair tobacco. A dagger. A pistol. Oh, and David. So this is David's room. So he also cleans up the bar. Interesting. There's also got a sack of money hanging out here. Bag with more forged keys right outside David's room. I feel like I'm supposed to mark who lives in each room. So there's, what, 4 stories here? One of the servants lives here. This one's got to be David Gorin. And then this could be anyone. I mean, whoever is here has just been stealing stuff. Let's go check upstairs. Oh, there's a ton more going on here. How about this room? We got pink sauce. Partially empty. Could be a poison. Once your target has ingested the love potion, establish eye contact and hold it as long as possible. In most cases, the effects will be felt within 2 days, depending on your own appearances. Ah, yes. They will love you as long as you're not fugly. And then in here, I've got 4 shillings. I will not change the rule that the staff member who has worked here the longest gets the bottom room. Do not bother me with such nonsense again. So the only length of someone working here that we know of is 3 years, and they have a commemorative thing. Nobody else has one of those, but we could stumble on one of those. I think that was Smith, so it could be Smith who is the longest. Oh, and here, the Laceless Count, the besmirched lover of Lusitania. Oh, is this the smut? Is that what this is? So the C has been reading smut, and I'm gonna put Ada at this lowest room. Or no, it's Smith. We don't know, actually. Oh, well, that means Lucia isn't Smith. So it's likely Ada Smith and Lucia something else. Likely, unless if there's another female servant. In that case, I'd have to go back on it. Locked door. And what about this top room with the locked door? Remember to take the 4th one from every row. Huh? Candles. Ink pot. Money. Oh! And then the rope is tied here, which leads down to the bag of money. So the bag of money belongs to whoever has this room. Let's explore a bit over here. There's a book. More books with secret codes. Such trivial ciphers as reading only the first word of every line are easy to produce on short notice, but extremely unsafe and easy to decode. Consider this simple example. Money has changed hands. Does that have something to do with this? 4th one from every row. 1 meaning word? Well, that's probably just telling me there are secret codes. There's a safe with a note. Due to the sensitivity of your stomach, I advise abstaining from alcohol for the next month. Also consider a glass of peptic tonic before eating to avoid upsetting your digestive system. Here's the peptic tonic, cloudy liquid, and opium. Yeah, they did medicine differently back then. So someone's an alcoholic and is coping with opium. There's another safe with the golden idol. Look who's back. And some money, of course. I've got a ton of notes here. Dear Edmund, this cannot continue. Since my return and move to Sebastian's manor, he has asked for financial support 7 times. He clearly is unable to take any monetary responsibility. Please, I need your help, my dear brother. Sincerely, Rose Cubert. And what's up with this palm tree attached to a rope, huh? There's a lot to take in. Oh! Ooh, Mrs. Baker's starting date in 1787. So Ms. Baker's only been working here for like a few months, a little over half a year. And then, dear Edmund, I liked your idea. Let's send him to colonies where his violent nature will make him feel at home. I hear you're having dinner with Lady Mary and her well-to-do father, Lothar. Peter and I were to join you. We could beguile him with tales of adventures in the colonies so we can ship him away. There's a waste bucket with a ton. Well, Edmund. You seem pretty pleased after the old boy passed away and a spot freed up for you in the House of Lords. Take care of those with whom you ally. I have many friends and will deal with you swiftly if you dare cross me. Lord George Bridges. The revolution will come for the likes of you, you crooked bastard. Soon you will pay for your sins against honest common folk with your blood. Final Vanguard. So that's probably who's ever in the bottom right. There's also a star attached to this letter. A red star. Cloudsley. Once more, you have failed to answer our requisition. This is the last warning you will receive. Your transgressions against this demand amends. Your only course of action you have is to surrender yourself to our justice. Last chance for repentance, serpent, or we will unleash one of our stewards upon you. The Brotherhood of Masks. Oh god, is Edmund Cloudsley gonna die now? Dear uncle, I hear you are interested in Lady Richards. I think you are too old for her. I shall court her instead. Secondly, please lend me 300 pounds. It is small change to you when I am desperately in need of it at present. Truly yours, Peter Batley. Oh, so this is the Batley sigil. I guess this is the Brotherhood one. And this is the Vanguard one, red stamp. Same goes with bottle room. So now, finally, I imagine the last room is this room, where the actual death happened. Good lord, this took forever. So first off, we have a familiar face here. I believe this is Edmund Cloudsley. Ah, yes. It's poison. Nobody touch a thing and nobody move. I'll send for a doctor right away. Got a blue key and a heart key. There is the lady with the pink dress who is very likely Mary Richards. This is horrible. Yeah, she's got a matching dress and coat. Oh, Mary Richards. And there's this man. She does seem rather unwell. It's extremely upsetting. Well, he could be anybody, but obviously someone written about. She is not breathing, and her face is blotched. A fan, 4 pounds, and rings with various gemstones. Yeah, I recognize her from the previous, or not the previous, but like 2 cases ago. Is that Rose Kubert? So she's been poisoned. At the dinner party, Rose Kubert ingested the poison and died. There's also this man. You killed my aunt, you devil. I shall execute you on the spot. Oh, this is Peter Batley. I remember you. Pack of cards and a fork. And he's accusing, oh lord, this has nothing to do with me. He's accusing this man. Note to self, if you get frustrated when working, remember the tale about the rich lord who married his donkey and you will feel better. Ensure that the beautiful lady sits next to me during dinner. I will slip you a shilling from Peter. And then we got some keys. These are the same keys as Edmund's. This is likely Brian. That would make sense anyway. This guy, we don't know who he is. He's probably Lothar. Yes, Mary and her father Lothar. So that's Lothar Richards. So then behind here, we got water, wine, lemonade, and peptic tonic. And that's all the clues. Also have the meal. So I gotta figure out where people were sitting. Someone had the roast, wine, and brandy. Someone had salad, lemonade. Someone had an untouched salad, cloudy liquid, untouched, and clear liquid. And then cloudy liquid, red liquid, roast, red liquid, salad, cigar. Oh boy. And then take me downstairs. I've been here before. Right. That's a lot to take in. Now I've got to get to clue solving. If I can at least get all the people, that would be perfect. And Brian what? Walker, I guess? Brian Walker? It's the only one that lines up. Then Lucia Baker makes most sense. And let's hope I got this. 2 or fewer slots are incorrect. You hate to see it. Well, Baker's the cleaner. So she's the cleaner, she's the cook. So Smith is the cook. So do I have Lucia and Ada backwards? I do have that backwards. That means I gotta go back on my thoughts about the rooms, but at least I got these people right. I'm pretty sure this is Brian. Yeah, because, I mean, he's got the same thoughts as these books suggests. And it's likely he's been here a while, so Brian Walker. And then let me check these 2 rooms again. Remember to take the 4th from every row. I'm curious about that clue. So this is likely Lucia Smith, and then Ada Baker, and then... what the hell is this room? Little Pip? I mean, I guess it could make sense. So then there's people at the dinner party. So I've got to figure out, I think through the kitchen, who eats what. Ms. Richards does not enjoy meat. Unfortunately, there are 3 dishes without meat. There's also only 1 person that's been poisoned. And the poison is also a drink, so the thing that's been poisoned is either the lemonade or this amber. But I can't know just yet until I know who had what. And one of these 3 is Ms. Richards. She could have had lemonade or cloudy liquid and clear liquid. Lemonade makes the most sense for her. Although what the hell is the clear liquid again? It's in here, isn't it? So peptic tonic is the cloudy liquid. Opium looks like clear liquid. And actually, I don't even know. This is Edmund Cloudsley's place, right? Yeah, this is Edmund Cloudsley's place. So he probably owns this safe with the blue lock, I should mention. And he has a blue key, and he has a blue key. Clear liquid is probably water, come to think. So this is probably Edmund's. So he's got the Pepto-Bismol or whatever, and water because he's non-alcoholic. And he's at the head of the table, so that makes the most sense, especially in his own home. And he's got a note from Peter asking the lady to sit next to him, and he'll slip him a shilling, but there's no shilling on him, so he probably didn't ensure that the lady's next to Peter. So I think it would make a lot of sense that Mary Richards is the vegetarian next to Edmund. And then the other people are Rose, Peter, and Lothar. Well, Peter's holding his fork. Are any of these missing a fork? Oh yes, this top left one is missing a fork, so this is Peter. Well, Mary is right in between them then. I don't know what to make of it. Yeah, Mary could be either. Oh, but probably not the cigar one. Does anyone seem like they've been smoking? I mean, it could be her father. Did they mention anything about her father being into cigars? He's well-to-do. He has a violent nature. I could see him being a cigar smoker. So that would make a lot of sense with Lothar being here. Oh, And actually, this being Rose makes a lot of sense because her and Edmund both have the Pepto, but hers is half drank. Edmund hasn't touched his. And there's like a lot of notes about how maybe people want Edmund dead. 2 groups of people want Edmund dead. So probably one got to him through his Pepto, but he didn't drink it. Rose drank it and she died. And that is correct. So someone poisoned. I gotta figure out exactly what it's called. Is it the tonic? Peptic tonic. Why did I call it Pepto-Bismol? So the tonic was poisoned, and then the key was hidden, but they wanted Edmund dead. Someone wanted him dead. The final vanguard, or the Brotherhood of Masks. I mean, I could put this here. Final vanguard wanted Edmund Cloudsley dead, and then someone poisoned the tonic and hit the key. I mean, this is where the tonic is. It's the blue key, so it's very likely him having something to do with it, and he's just bluffing. Are the keys exactly the same? I think so. Also, the syringe being put in here leads me to believe that it's very likely the servant to put it here. So, Brian Walker poisoned a tonic and hid the necessary key in a pocket, I guess. This is just wrong. Oh, it's not a coat pocket. That's what this pocket referred to. Hold on, let's get rid of the ones I don't know for sure. I think it's this. Brian doing the poisoning makes a lot of sense. I think the idea is this. Blue lock, look at the blue key. This is the blue key. I should look for forged blue keys that appear similar to this. Ah, the key's in the bag. Well, hold up then. The key is in the bag, and whose room is at the top? That's Ada Baker's room that's attached to. So it has to have been Ada Baker who poisoned the tonic. How did she even get access to us? I don't know, but I still think it's Final Vanguard who wanted him dead. Well, at least we're getting closer. The key has to be in this note. 4th one from every row. That can surely only refer to a letter. Well, let's look at this. Use substance to remove target. Sincerely, Dark Hand. Dark Hand Steward. That's the key. That's the catch. Wow. Dark Hand Steward wanted Edmund Cloudsley dead. And she did it because she was basically given by a bribe. So she received encoded instructions from Dark Hand Steward, whoever that is, to poison Edmund Cloudsley. She used her ability to move freely throughout the rooms while cleaning and made a copy of the key to the medicine cabinet. She used the syringe to poison the sealed peptic tonic bottle. However, during the party, Rose asked for tonic and drank it first and died from the poison. It's all come together. The explosive events in the forest cabin. 34 clues. So this is probably Gorin's carriage, David Gorin's. Henchman for hire in Timberbrook region, Billy Cracker, Hardy Abe, Little Billy, and Jack Nails. I'll return to this book once I observe the scene of the crime. A box of confectionery, what does that mean? Candy. And then here are just some hats, sketches of hats. Take me inside. Oh, hell of a scene I just walked in on. Someone who's just dead. Oh, this is the person who went under the name Ash Blair. He's breathing but appears to have lost consciousness, so not dead. I do not care what means used to acquire what I need, but remember to be discreet as always. Note that I do not want it too decayed. The more recently it has died, the better. From Edmund Cloudsley? One of the old workhouse geezers croaked yesterday. I will arrange for a cart to move the corpse if you send me directions. And be quick before they bury him. I do not want to dig up that stiff. He's got a loaded pistol with a shot. And there's a scarecrow in the coffin. Is this lady? Ah, by the gods, what was that? Gentleman robber strikes in Westbrook. So there's Walter Keane. He held up a coach, robbed the passengers. So he's on the loose. Looks a lot like this gentleman, but different hats. But there was drawings of multiple hats, and I'm sure that both of these hats were in that drawing. Possibly upper right? Something's not right here. They are both wearing a mask and having a gun. This guy has a sword, but the drawing does not. I mean, he could be the same guy. He looks like he's just shown up. So, everyone, you are not allowed to visit any village or city without my permission. At no point may you disclose the location of the cabin. So, David Gorin's in charge of all security and arms. Lucia Smith will taste any food you cook before it's presented to me. Little Pip in charge of Black Bestia and Golden Doubloon. Both must be fed daily. Sounds like horses. From Edmund Cloudsley. And this looks like a little Pip here. Go, Coin, go. Coin's the dog. Well, I know you're a little Pip. I don't actually recognize your face that well. You're Lucia Smith, right? Surely. I don't know. I'm just putting that right there right now. So that's Coin getting them. Got a sword, a ring with a ruby, confectionery. Okay, so candy definitely came from the wagon then. Well, there's a next room open with an explosion. So this is the murder. Hey, look, it's the golden idol. Crazy. It's a man with a club, golden teeth, a door whose lock has been busted open. You can actually see the remains of the lock right, or the bar to latch it shut. Notice the explosion didn't do that. It was busted open from the outside. This man who's got a note. I finally have the location of my target. Meet us on November 10th, Friday in the Timberbrook Inn, and bring all your tools. You will get your share as we agreed from WK. But he's also got a nail on his hand. So who is he according to that one list of wanted people? Probably Jack Nails. He's even got nails on his hand. So this is definitely Jack Nails. And then, what's this? There's a vase. Oh yeah, so the vase is exploded. With it, the golden idol. This is not the spontaneous combustion glyphs. In fact, it's something entirely different. What's this? A small weight is tied to a pulled down lever at the back of the idol? Why is that? You've got a bell pepper. No, it's a rotten apple and a green apple. Here, I've got a man hiding in here. He's got a book with a bunch of spells. Is this Edmund's research? Or not Edmund's? Sebastian Cloudsley's research? This simply did not work. After I aimed at the sealed vessel and activated the idol, both air and vessel disappeared. Upon consideration, it was an obvious mistake. And then, isn't this what was inputted? Attempted with this input, it was a definite improvement. It decreased the amount of air, but curiously still did not create a complete vacuum in the sealed vessel. Hold on, what exactly was set on the idol? So the cane with 2 boxes. Yeah, so it's this one. What else is there? Gold filtering. So yielding gold from seawater. Unknown effect. If the implications are what it surmises, this could be a tremendous discovery. The next step is progress from fruit to something more organic. Oh, this is like a necromancy sort of thing. Like they did necromancy on fruit, as you can see here, and then he wants to do it on a body. Then the spontaneous combustion, but you have to do freezing first. And now I have every clue. So the actual spell created a minor vacuum in this vessel. And then what's the final note? Safety notice. Upon pulling the trigger, if the glyph input is meaningful, the idol will perform the intended action on the target it can see. If the eye is red, it is ready for the input and will turn blue afterwards. If the eye is blue, you can only perform, a hook with a dot, and it will turn red afterwards. What? So there's the hook, and there's the hook with the dot. And the eye was blue on the idol, as you can see here. But here is the hook without the dot. Oh, so I've got to decode the idol and then figure out who's who. I see. So this could take either a blue or a yellow input. I mean, he knew it was going to happen. Also, this is Edmund Cloudsley. I didn't realize he went bald. I'm also confused of what they want exactly from me about the slots. I mean, the only thing I know for sure is that this symbol correlates to gold. A lot of the other symbols show up twice. I know this bottom sigil has something to do with freezing and spontaneous combustion. So what, exploded? There's a good chance that the double squares has something to do with air. This circle with lines above and below actually show up in a lot of places. It shows up in the possible necromancy, restoration of matter, but also it shows up in spontaneous combustion and freezing. Matter seems to make the most sense for this one. And then these two, maybe this is like increase and decrease. I mean, interesting between spontaneous combustion and freezing and the gold filtering, the cane with the dot is always the first step, and then without is the second step. So we could try increased and decreased, and I could try flipping them. Oh, that's just bad. It says decrease matter. This could be vase. It could also be heat. Heat would actually make sense here. Yep. Yeah, because first the heat is decreased, then it's increased. So on the idol, got an increase of air. That's automatically triggered. Well, yeah, that's a lot of air increasing.
Next, I probably want to figure out who these people are, because a lot of them are probably henchmen. This guy's got a sword and a loaded pistol. And then there's this guy. Well, he could be Hardy Abe, since he has a cart. Yeah, actually, he does have a cart. So that's who he is, Hardy Abe. Also, go coin go. See, I thought this would be coin. Oh, it's probably golden doubloon, because golden doubloon is a coin. So yeah, golden doubloon, and then I got 2 henchmen to go. So one of them's Little Billy, the other one's Billy Cracker. One of them enters through chimneys, the other one's a robber. So this guy is probably Walter Keane. I think it just makes sense. So then the last guy's either Little Billy or Billy Cracker. He's got a club, so he's probably not the lock pick. He's probably a brawler. So Billy Cracker makes the most sense. So it's a hell of a coordinated effort here. Oh, good God, I'm off? Okay, well, I don't know Billy Cracker for sure. Jack Nails is right. Edmund Cloudsley is right. Walter Keane might not be right. I guess it's these two that are wrong. Would this make sense being David Gorin? I feel like I messed up somewhere along the way. This is David Gorin. Well, it's close to right. So I guess I'm piecing together the story how, like, Edmund wanted a corpse so he could upscale the apple spell. So he had him go get the corpse, but as a scarecrow. You the guy with the carriage then? Hardy Abe? One of you is Hardy Abe. That's the one. Well, nonetheless, I have the people. Let's put the story together now. So I had figured out Edmund Cloudsley needed a corpse. Someone, along with accomplices, delivered a coffin. Well, we could say Hardy Abe delivered it. Upon entering, Walter Keane suddenly shot David Gorin, because David's basically lying there. He's been shot. So it seems like David wanted Hardy Abe to bring the corpse, but Hardy Abe had other plans. Meanwhile, Edmund Cloudsley did something to the amount of air in a sealed vase. I don't know actually if he increased or decreased it. He probably increased it, yeah. And then when Hardy Abe and Jack Nails entered the room, the vase exploded and killed them both. Fuck. Technically, we don't know who shot David Gorin. He just has blood on his head. Oh, so he is very likely clubbed then, if he's unconscious but breathing. So he's definitely not shot, definitely clubbed. It's not Walter Keane who did it, it's the guy with the club, Hardy Abe. Now, I don't know if that's, yeah, okay, that is right. To gain entrance to Edmund Cloudsley's secret forest cabin, gentleman robber Walter Keane pretended to deliver a corpse to Edmund for his experiment. So I probably could have put any of the 3 in place of Hardy Abe. On entering the cabin, the robbers ambushed the servants and Edmund locked himself in his study. While the robbers were sawing through the lock, Edmund prepared a trap with the idol that killed 2 of the intruders. Edmund, you dirty dog. And there's a little bit more. What is this? Then, Sir Coroner, the bandits accidentally set off my master's laboratory chemical ingredients. What happened afterwards? I managed to fend the rest of them off, but my master, Lord Edmund Cloudsley, got caught in the blast, which severely disfigured him, and soon afterward he died, bless his soul. How unfortunate. I would have liked to know that he lived, but we've never seen a body. We don't have full proof that Edmund Cloudsley is dead, just this man's account. And he was passed out. He even lied about fending off the other attackers. The dog got to the other attacker. Chapter 3 coming up. Oh, what is up with this dude? Good Lord, what have I gotten myself into? This one at least starts peacefully. There's a bush. What the? With a bound and gagged dude? Well, what's your deal? No, what's your deal? Tattoo depicts a hand and an eye. Oh no, we can be identifying people by tattoos now? How many hooligans are hidden in these woods? To David Gorin for reliable service from Edmund Cloudsley. And that's the coat? Oh boy. The Ash Blair. David, the gathering will be on March 14th. To follow our plan, we should be there at least 2 hours before midnight. The target will arrive in full costume. Grab rope and weapons. WK, who is that? Is he bait? There's multiple bags by him. Well, oh, he's got the stuff from the previous scene. The sketches. I mean, this could technically be anybody. Yeah, he's got his stuff. What about over here? Footprints, and it looks like someone was dragged. More footprints. They're all leading towards this bush. More footprints. And what's in here? Oh, this is a lair, if I've ever seen one. Brothers wear masks appropriate to the house. Dark Hands, Proud Beasts, and Water Snakes. So this guy is of the Dark Hands house, or the guy we saw. Brothers wear robes appropriate to their rank. Master, Steward, and Initiate. So he's an Initiate of the Dark Hand house. Can I look at this? So he's a Dark Hand Initiate. Oh, we can be seeing a lot of creepy people. What about these scrolls? January 5th, 1789. Masters. I ventured on the Order's mission to reclaim our fire-breathing relic, and with great resolve punish the despicable enemy. I, with a few brave companions, fearlessly entered his hideout in a remote hunting cabin. But the devil had prepared a treacherous trap, and an explosion slaughtered my dearest friends as we entered his study. The devil being Edmund Cloudsley. Thanks to my sturdy physique, I survived the blast, only to be assaulted by the enemy's lackey, an assassin warrior, David Gorin, and a pack of bloodthirsty hounds. After an hour of fight, I received numerous deadly wounds, in spite of which I prevailed and defeated my assailants with my martial training. I discovered the enemy's dead body, slain by the trap of his own making, but no trace of the relic. So Edmund really did die. I'm forced to go into hiding because the government's watchmen are tracking me. Once I have recovered from my deadly wounds and shaken off the watchmen, I will send you the next report. May the Griffin awaken, Walter Keene. I do recognize you from the previous case. So this is October of the same year, 10 months later. Masters, I must apologize 1,000 times for my absence, but my road to recovery was full of peril and valor that cannot be sufficiently conveyed in writing. The government dogs and spies chased me tirelessly, and I was forced to seek refuge in Aquitania to recover from my still dire wounds. There I finally bested my pursuers with the help of Lazarus Hurst, a young resourceful gentleman whom I met in a remote manor one dark winter's night. Not only did he earn my trust by stepping into the fray against the villains, but he turned out to be well versed in the arcane arts. Of course, not yet close to your skills. I finally recovered and planned to return to Albion. I suggest that Lazarus would be a fine addition to the order. I vouch for him and will invite him to undergo the appropriate trial. May the Griffin awaken, Walter Keene. They're awakening the Griffin? And then this is 1790. Illuminated Masters. I object to the admittance of the individual Lazarus Hurst to our brethren. I submit that our darkened hand brother Walton Keene, who vouches for him, cannot be trusted because he is a liar and a thief. I'm certain that on dispatching our enemy, he kept the golden fire-breathing relic for himself. Nothing will move me on this. He must produce the relic, apologize personally to me, and afterwards be expelled from our brotherhood. Sir Geoffrey Sinclair. Let's go up. Oh, lots of people, including a dead cult man. First, the surroundings. This is done when an accuser has challenged a defender. Both drinkers must be barefoot. The substance is added depending on the severity of the accusation, including deadly poison. So you add substance to one of the cups, defender chooses first, accuser chooses the remaining, both partake in wine cups. So it's like Russian roulette, but with poison. Ritual of Squabble. Only initiates can be defender and accuser. The sword must be borne by any dark hand. Required decorations of the hall. The Grim Reaper, the never-tiring teacher, the feeder of mouths. Ritual of conflict. The accuser must deeply hate the defender. The sword must be borne by any initiate. Required decorating of the hall, the never-tiring teacher, the keeper of treasures, the mirror of the soul. So what ritual are they doing? There's two others. Ritual of dispute. Only stewards or higher rank can be defender and accuser. The scepter must be borne by Water Snake Master, and then more required decorations of the hall. And ritual of discord. The houses of the accuser and defender stand behind their brothers. The scepter must be borne by Dark Hand Master, and more decorations of the hall. More about those decorations later. Let's look at this goon. The Griffin has spoken. He's a tray with a vial of unknown substance. It's green, so likely poison. There's this man, the Griffin has spoken. There's 2 empty cups, or almost empty, and it looks like it was a 1 versus 1 here. This man has been poisoned because he lost the poison challenge. Epic content. The Griffin has spoken with the tankard. Let us await the results from the chamber below. Oh, you've got your results. I don't see why you need to wait. And you, the griffin, has spoken. So lots of items, lots of rings. So they did this, but which was the ritual over? For starters, I could try to figure out the roles of the masks, because it does appear that masks are roles, or maybe coats are roles. It would make sense though that coats are like house. Let me go back. Brothers wear robes appropriate to their rank. Oh. And brothers wear masks appropriate to their house. Glad I checked. It's actually very important. So robe is rank. There's 2 of each rank, and the houses are divided 3, 2, 1. Both of the partakers of the ritual were of the same rank. So it could be squabble, because they could both be initiates. Conflict, it seems like it could be anyone. Realistically, I should just look at the decorations though. And it's actually the decorations. They all look the same, it just depends on where they are. So we have a Grim Reaper, a key, and a book. So which does this match up to? Grim Reaper, teacher, and feeder of mouths? Teacher could be book. Feeder of mouths does not seem right. And the other one doesn't have the Reaper. Both of these have the Grim Reaper. The Keeper of Treasures could be the key, and the Never Tiring Teacher being the book. Makes a lot of sense. Or the Keeper of Treasures being the key, and the Speaker to the Blind? I don't think the book is the Speaker to the Blind. I would think it's the Never Tiring Teacher. So a Ritual of Dispute. So only stewards or higher ranks could be a defender or accuser. So yellow coat is either steward or master. However, it says the scepter must be borne by water snake master. And that means this guy is a water snake master. So I can have blue be master and white coat be water snake. So that means yellow coat must be steward because it was either, wait, do I have this backwards? I do have this backwards, I believe. There we go. Steward must be yellow coat, and then initiate must be red coat. And then the others are proud beast and, well, actually I don't have the third one. Why don't I have the third one? Oh, dark hand. So there was a dispute. I can actually put this in the top left that it was a dispute ritual of dispute. Brown or white. I feel like I could just give these people their ranks. Oh, but I should fill in these masks first. And let's await the results from the chamber below. I guess that's my cue to go to the next room, which is over here. Oh boy. Let's start with the dude. Prepare to receive what you have earned. Oh, 2 brandings. An initiate and a lion. So then, this is February of 1790. Brother, a member of our order has proposed a new candidate to join our brotherhood. Our brother's trustworthiness, however, has been challenged. Therefore, we've decided to take measures to resolve the fate of these individuals. If the brother proves himself, he can vouch for the newcomer. If the newcomer survives the appropriate trial, he would join our ranks. You are summoned to join our gathering on March 14th and fulfill your roles in the rights of the brotherhood, the Council of Masters. This guy's earned his right. I have signaled to Griffin who I am. I accept my fate, whatever it may be. What's this? Oh, so there's 4 tests that you may have to endure, depending on who's administering it. And this is a red-faced steward that's administering things. Either a proud beast or a dark hand is what this guy is. Which, I knew that. His mask is either proud beast or dark hand. Not helpful. But I could look at what trials he's enduring, because it's one of the top 2. So 1, he carried something on his back, possibly heavy. 2, he eateth food. 3, yeah. 4, he must brave the elements. Let's see. Well, I would think Inception makes the most sense. Like, the first one, he's carrying a house that he's got to be slow when doing it. The second one is the weakest link. Fire with eating? I don't know. But water droplet works with fish. And tree is, like, in nature, and so is this. You know, he's in the elements, he's outside. So I can see this being a proud beast steward. So let's see if I'm anywhere close. Proud beast, which leaves the final one as dark hand. Let's go! Absolutely nailed it. Was kind of sketch, but I'm glad it worked out. Now I can get this dispute, and this will be right. Oh no. I'll come back to this. I'm sure something's gotta change. Here though, I did discern he was enduring the test of Inception, and this is a proud beast steward, and this guy probably has a name. is very likely the guy who was vouched for, Lazarus Hurst. And there we go, awesome. So now I just gotta figure out the main scroll. Well, the top part's all about the dispute. The bottom part is Lazarus Hurst passed the inception ritual to become a Proud Beast initiate based off the branding. Someone was challenged to a dispute ritual, and then a person posing as another person did something to, oh, it's gotta be signaled to blank with a blank, which blank had no blank. The other person drank the other cup and died. Now, realistically, one of these has to be Walter Keane. Well, probably has to be. Let's see if I can figure out which one he is. Lazarus Hurst is a Dark Hand brother. Well, he clearly won. I could try this as Lazarus Hurst. Or not Lazarus Hurst, Walter Keane. Oh, interesting. So this was equally correct. Wait a second. This guy who's tied up, he's an actual Dark Hand initiate. Is this game trying to get me to think that this Dark Hand initiate isn't a legit Dark Hand initiate? Wait a second. There's a lot coming together here. Someone posing as the Dark Hand initiate signaled to probably Walter Keane by holding the cup, by holding the tankard, which cup had no poison. They used cheat. They cheated. Clearly they played Card Shark. So they ambushed the Dark Hand initiate, and then someone was posing as him. We also know that Walter Keane was challenged to a dispute ritual. This Dark Hand initiate is wrong. Oh, so David Gorin had to be alive then. That's why he has David Gorin's bag there, because David Gorin is a part of this. He, along with David Gorin, ambushed the Dark Hand initiate. David was posing as the Dark Hand initiate, and actually, let me prove it. David Gorin, as the name, should be right. Yeah, it's right. He signaled which cup had the poison, and then the water snake steward drank the other cup and died. Oh my god, cool. Oh, that's sick. After being challenged to a ritual with potentially deadly consequences, Walter conspired with David to devise a plan which would ensure his own safety. They captured a Brotherhood member on his way to the gathering. David took his costume so that, during the ritual of dispute, he could indicate to Walter which cup was poisoned. Therefore, Walter chose the safe cup because he was defender and got to choose first, and his opponent drank the poison and died. That is so cool. Here's a dead guy. He's gone. So, first off, he's got a head wound. He's got a blue mask. Blue mask means water snake. White robe means master. So he's got a ruby ring. Yeah, water snake master. Lately, I've experienced disturbing dreams and I feel cursed. Are you the source of this with your magic? Desist immediately and know that when pushed, my rage is absolute. Do not toy with the well-being of the Empire's general, for I do not tolerate being attacked. In many voyages, I've learned the dark arts too. If need be, I will summon 1,000 invisible demons to crush your bones. From the Proud Beast Master. Well, hold up there. Do his bones look crushed? There's a little bone hurty. Another note, dear friend. It is not so simple for me to get you a seat alongside me on the court of directors at the Seven Seas Company. As a doctor, I recommend you to stop obsessing over it. It will only unbalance your humors. Let us discuss alternatives at the next party at Kensington Palace. What is the Seven Seas Company? Oh, he does have broken bones. An instrument? A musical instrument? Actually, kind of looks like the bottom of the staff that the kneeling guy is holding. Both his legs appear to be broken. So hold up. First off, apparently the demons crushed his bones. Ow, oof, my bones. But the thing he has is also seeming to be very similar to what this guy is holding. So what's the deal? Here, I brought back your staff, O Griffin Reborn. Oh, this is the hats. The hell, could this be Walter Keane then? Dear Master McBain, these threats to contact the Chief Inspector about my past offend me greatly. Being an honest soul, I have no choice but to comply with your base demands. I may have invited Lazarus into our brotherhood, but he has not shared all his secrets with me. Luckily, I had an opportunity to see him practicing this miracle. He has a magical artifact hidden in his cane. When performing the miracle, he inputs the following glyphs. Increase, was this matter? Then he presses a small lever on the handle of the cane and it grants him the powers to demonstrate the miracle. I have no doubt that the staff will work just as well in your hands as his. Sincerely, Dark Hand Steward, which I believe is Walter Keane. Here's this staff. Oh, and it has the golden idol in it. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. The golden idol with, yep, that glyph set to it. And then the other half is broken off. So the broken staff doesn't mean anything. It's just connecting the two characters. This is interesting, though. Ah, opium powder, of course. AW or AM? AM probably makes more sense. Let me go figure out what that glyph meant. It is increased air, and it is in fact the same spell that was used when they were breaking into Edmund Clausius' place and he set the trap. So what about his feet? What is this showing me? Just that he's kneeling? He's got a weird foot? Oh, maybe I guess the shoe is to also remind me that it's Walter Keane? Yeah, it looks like he just shaved his head. How about this other man kneeling next to him? What an honor to experience such a historical event. The watch, it's 12:25? Well, okay, good to know. Protocol of an attempt to demonstrate a miracle. Location, the lighthouse on Gull Islet near the Horn of Codhead, which is where we are. Time noon, I see why that matters. Present Lord Angus McBain, Lord Alistair Cock, Dr. James Turner, Sir Walter Keane, and Lazarus Hurst, who was Walter Keane's friend that he got into the cult. In charge of notes, Mr. Nicholas Maker. The dude was the lawyer in the first chapter for the will. No wonder I recognized him. Dear Water Snake Brother Maker, the cult goes deep. As the director of the Seven Seas Trading Company, I do not assess work applications. Please go through the official channels so my staff can evaluate your credentials as well as an attorney. Dark Hand Master JT. Could be Dr. James Turner. Oh, he's also got similar shoes, so I guess they just have matching shoes. Does this guy have the same shoes? Just broken legs. Well, this guy's different shoes. They're gold. Gold, I say. And thus, Griffin Reborn revealed himself to his brothers by demonstrating a true miracle. A silver crown with gems? What happened? Maybe the oars? No, it's just oars. That's all there is. What about the coastline? Footprints, several sets of footprints walking over from the brutalized man. Was the miracle that the demon broke this guy's bones? Or did they simply go into a fugue state while beating the crap out of this guy and say, oh, it's a miracle. They beat the shit out of him. Also different shoes. It's got weird, I don't even know what these are. Spurs? Who are you, sir? You look like a priest? Kneel before Griffin Reborn and make ready. I will lead you, brothers, to great many changes. Let's see. Oh, this is Edmund's book. He's got Edmund's notes. Miracle preparation. After the decrease air input, aim at the sky, press the lever to maximum position, and hold for at least 10 seconds. At this point, the idol should be full enough to perform the miracle once. Miracle hypothesis. The water works better, but the effect is not as convincing. Therefore, increase air. Main challenge is ensuring my balance when holding on to the idol. Practice is paramount. Is this like supposed to be a miracle levitation? I can see air coming out of the bottom of the staff. Like air comes out. I mean, water is not as convincing because it's very obviously water, but air is invisible, so it could look like you're floating. And then this is about how, oh, right. If the eye is red, it's ready for the increase input. If the eye is blue, can only perform decrease. What is the idol looking like? It's blue, so you can only perform decrease. A helpful reminder. What about this kneeling man? That was an actual miracle. Unbelievable. So there is a Griffin Reborn. Perhaps not, but there is in fact a mysterious, possessed, powerful idol. Oh, nice dildo, good sir. Oh, a seal. IIV? Not VII? Oh, yeah, never mind. When you put the seal, it's reversed. This is VII. Seven Seas Company. That's who this guy is. This guy could be the doctor. Let's look at these masks. The 5 strange-looking masks, which probably correlate to the 5 people here. There's tall grass. No, his shoes. He's got similar shoes. So 3 of the same shoes. This guy's got golden shoes. This guy's got spurs. What about this box? Rules and history. Griffin Rebirth. The one who claims to be Griffin Reborn must perform a miracle. If someone repeats the miracle, it is proven that it was not a miracle but mere magic. Claimant is punished with death. If no one can repeat the miracle, the masks fall like they have, and the claimant is crowned as Griffin Reborn. And there's the crown for that. History. Chronicles of Griffin Rebirth. In 1725, the first Dark Hand, Lord Harrington, demonstrated flying. In 1756, Proud Beast Master Lord Pledsley performed a seance talking to the spirits. In 1764, Dark Hand Master Lord Jones demonstrated the creation of Tyler 1. In 1771, Proud Beast Master Lord White carried out the hypothesis of a servant. And also, I didn't read these, or just the bottom halves of the above one. By flying, he meant jumped off a cliff to his death. And for this, Angus McBain repeated the miracle, proving him unworthy. And Angus McBain produced Tyler 1. There's a lot of them. And Angus McBain hypnotized the same man as well. Dude, Angus is just on a roll. So let me look at all this. There's a lot of people, and then we're supposed to figure out who's in possession of the relic. And okay, top right, we don't even know a damn thing about. So one thing I kind of want to do is try to get identities going. And I think I can start with this guy. He's got the 7, C's seal or something like that. And we know from this note that JT is the director of the 7 Seals Trading Company, who's probably Dr. James Turner. So I could probably put him down as James Turner. He looks doctorly. I do know the attorney being Nicholas Maker. I do know this man being Walter Keane. Now, I don't think this is Lazarus Hearst, because there's no way he had the role of master. Wait, though, this is Walter Keane telling McBain how to perform the miracle? Well, so what if he told McBain about the miracle, okay? Miracle. They performed it once, and then he's like, no, it's all bullshit. But then they all beat him up, and in the process of beating him up, broke the handle of it, so it couldn't be repeated. That would make sense why it's broken. So am I saying this guy's McBain? I could see this being Angus McBain. He's been the one to bust all the griffins, but this time they've had enough of it. So then the new guy is the one who tried to perform the miracle, Lazarus Hearst. And then the final guy, just by process of elimination, is Alistair. And absolutely nailed it. Love to see it. There's a lot more to explore here, though, even though I have the people's names. Like, for example, a door locked from the inside in a whole upstairs area. By guarding the lighthouse, you guard the Empire. This is cock propaganda. Top of the lighthouse. What's this? A trapdoor that connects a staircase to the top of the lighthouse, not locked. Oh, this isn't locked. Wait a second. Maybe he wasn't beat up then. Maybe he just fell. Wait a second. He tried to reproduce it from the top. It is a levitation trick, okay? Lazarus Hearst was able to pull it off because they said in the notes it could probably be done once. So when it was attempted to be repeated, it just didn't work because that's how the golden idol works. It doesn't have the power to do it back to back. So he tried it and then fell, broke his bones, and I guess split the staff as well. Damn shame because it was a nice staff. But also, there's a little blackmailing to find out how someone would perform the miracle. And I feel like that's coming together. That's Angus McBain blackmailing Walter Keane to find out how Lazarus Hearst would perform the miracle of levitation. Flying. We could try flying. Yeah, that works. Then I'm pretty sure I know most of the story. So I know that Lazarus Hearst used the idol to demonstrate the miracle of flying and became Griffin Reborn. I'm actually not sure how this sentence really works. Like, I guess he jumped from the lighthouse using the idol, and maybe he was just able to land safely. That could make sense. And then Angus McBain also just did the same thing. This resulted in Angus McBain's death from a head wound, I suppose. Absolutely lovely. I didn't finish the section, but when Lazarus Hearst jumped from the lighthouse and survived using the hidden golden idol, Master Angus McBain thought he had enough information to repeat the miracle and prevent Lazarus from becoming Griffin Reborn. He seized the staff from Lazarus and locked the lighthouse door to prevent foul play. However, he did not know all the secrets of the idol. It did not work for him, and Angus jumped to his death. And how about I get the history of the relic? Oh, so Lazarus Hearst did the miracle first, and then Angus McBain had it, and now we have Walter Keane just holding it at the end. And that's all there is. Absolutely love it. Next mystery. The interrupted weekend at the doctor's salon. Another dead man. Gasp. You look like you've been pierced in the head. Huge vertical wound on his forehead. Not breathing. A clean small sword. Maybe he did it to himself? Listen. Apologies for the shouting match yesterday. Let's continue our discussion at noon. Is it noon? I can't immediately tell. Dear friend, the elections are over, so let's uphold tradition and have a leisurely weekend at my place with you and Leopold to discuss the Prime Minister's situation. Please join us on May 12th. Kindly confirm your presence, Dr. James Turner. So probably an election for the Seven Seas Trading Company, but this does not look so leisurely now, does it? He's holding a button in his hand, and he's got a boomerang, a bloody boomerang. Ah, this gash mash is his forehead gash. So he was killed by an Aussie. Lots of people to see now, a lot of clues to get too. Oh God, believe me, my lord, I do not feel comfortable arresting a prime ministerial candidate, but I must ask you to follow me. This is Arthur Faulkner. I'm gonna mark that real quick. And he's got a book, possibly testimonies? Leopold claims that had a glass of sherry with James in the library and became drowsy. As he was falling asleep, saw the Lemurian observing him through the glass door. Woke up, found the butler on the floor asleep. Oh, not the butler. Woke up the butler, entered the salon and found the body. Upon inspecting the weapon, deduced that the Lemurian was the murderer, then instructed the butler to raise the alarm. Oh God, there's a lot of different testimonies, so I gotta figure out who's telling the truth, who's lying. Claims that played croquet with Ergen in the morning. They got bored and went to drink tea in the tea house. Ergen drew his attention to the interesting design of the chess house. Saw Lord Cock lecture the butler. Saw Master Turner come to the chess house and send the butler away, just as Ergen was remarking on the beauty of the chess house. Saw Lord Alistair leave the chess house and return shortly afterwards. I don't see a chess house, but I guess it could be in the next room. What about Ergen? Slightly difficult to understand what he says, potentially because he has challenges with their language. Claims that everything young Master Bell says is absolutely correct. So he seems like a servant, but he played croquet with them. Gideon Bell? Maybe his master's how people are dressed and it's not necessarily servitude. James claimed that he drank a glass of sour sherry with Blanchard in the library in the morning. Then he went to the chess house. What is this chess house? Where he found Lord Alistair and the butler. Ordered the butler to clean up the library and get rid of the bad sherry. Spent the rest of the time playing chess with Alistair until the alarm was raised. As the master of the house, he led the interrogation of the suspects. James is the master of the house. So this is James Turner, right? Ha, Leopold, your plan to frame Patu is sublime, but your missing button is more than enough proof that you did it. Constable, please escort this man out. Yeah, so this is Dr. James Turner, the owner of this house. Back to the testimonies, I'm trying to get a little at a time. Alistair seems a little suspicious. Claims that in the morning, he practiced chess at the chess house and educated the butler on his lack of military training. Butler's definitely this guy, just he doesn't have a name yet. Sometime in the afternoon, Dr. Turner arrived and sent the butler away. They played together and he was very close to winning when the alarm was raised. So it seems that Alistair and James Turner were actually vouching for one another. Unless there's a conspiracy, which is totally possible. Does anyone look like they're military members? Oh yeah, a few of them do. Maybe him? This guy's saying this is outrageous. I thought you were an honorable man, Leopold, not some Aquitarian agent trying to sabotage our friendly relations with Lemuria and provoke a conflict. Clean small sword. Could be this guy, James. This is preposterous. You know damn well he was killed by that Lemurian savage. Dear friend, now that the elections are over, please join me for a leisurely weekend at my manor. We'll discuss what to do about that prime minister position. So this guy win the prime minister position or... Oh, discuss with you and Leopold, the prime minister situation. So this guy's definitely Leopold. Yeah, and he thinks the Lemurian is the murderer, so that's definitely right. So this must be the Lemurian. He's saying this is outrageous. So I don't think that's Alistair either. Who seems like Alistair? He stole his life just like that. The doctor is a smart man since he saw through his lies. Dear friend, at one of the balls, you said you would love to meet someone actually interesting. I'm having a weekend of drinks at my manor, and a prince from the 11th clan of Lemuria will be joining us. Please do us the honor of your company too. Well, I have no idea who that guy is. I hope the host did not notice me when he was leaning over the sleeping eye patch gentleman. Who isn't? Oh, this guy sleeping. So he was sleeping. Leopold was sleeping. So he saw the Lemurian. So this is the Lemurian. He doesn't have a name yet. Dear Prince, Lemurian Prince, I heard that you got invited to a party by the director of Seven Seas Company himself. I know you hate associating with these invaders and thieves, but this just might be the opportunity that we seek to reclaim our honor. It could be a red herring, but he's very suspicious. Dear Prince, as you know, I'm a great aficionado of Lemurian culture. It would be my pleasure to invite a member of the Patu clan to spend a leisurely weekend at my estates with some of our own political dignitaries. He's got a club, ornamental box, and a slate steel. And let's see, actually, did he notice? James Turner, did he notice? He did not notice the Lemurian. And Leopold tried to frame Patu, according to this guy. Okay, it's all coming together. So is apparently either James or the Lemurian. Or not James, sorry. Leopold or the Lemurian. And this guy believes him. He looks very military-esque. So this guy's probably Alistair. And now at least I've got a few more names covered. How about I do more testimonies now? Podrick served Lord Alistair in the chess house in the morning, so he's probably the butler. His master arrived and instructed him to dispose of the spoilt sherry that he and Lord Leopold had drunk, then to go assist Mr. Spade in the garden. On entering the library to take away the glasses, found Lord Leopold asleep. Suddenly he was overcome by dizziness and fainted due to his weak heart. Was woken by Lord Leopold and instructed to raise the alarm. Then saw the deceased lying in the salon. Oh, so Leopold alerted Podrick of the dead body. It could be Leopold then. This is such a mess. However, we will clean the blood out of the rug. This man is Podrick. And then we had some last names learned. Mr. Spade in the garden. I don't know what the garden is just yet. If they play croquet in the garden, I don't know. I've never played croquet. Maybe this would actually help. Oh yeah, so we got a tea house, got a croquet field, a chess house, library, salon, flower beds, fountain. So flower beds are separate from the croquet field, so I guess just that's the garden. I don't actually know who was in the garden yet. Perhaps it was Billiam? Claims that he planted and pruned all morning by the chrysanthemum bush, saw the young gentleman and the foreigner leave the croquet and go behind the manor. So the foreigner was playing croquet, Lemurian. In the afternoon, moved to the rosebush. From there, saw Lord Augustus leave the fountain at around noon, continue his work on the roses until the alarm was raised by Mr. Hill. Okay, so Hill's the last name of the butler. Podrick Hill. So Billiam Spade is a man's name. Could be this guy. He's got shears. Oh, Lord, I did not expect something like this in our household. Garden shields. Okay, that's Billiam Spade. No doubt. Let me check some stuff. What's up with his neck? He's missing a button. I mean, it could have also been an extremely elaborate framing. It would be a hell of a job by the Lemurian. I mean, very impressive, especially since there is a plan. So let's see, what people am I still missing? I'm missing Leopold's last name. Patu was this guy. I guess if he had trouble with the language, he could be Ergen Patu. And that's right, he was playing croquet, right? So Gideon Bell played croquet with Ergen. Let's see, who is Gideon Bell? Well, it has to be this guy. Obviously not the dead guy. He's certainly not reporting on it. Well, now, do I even have the name of the dead guy? I don't particularly recognize him. Also, this is an interesting story with Podrick the butler. So there's spoilt sherry, and Lord Leopold was in the library when he fell asleep. So he went into the library and was overcome by dizziness and fainted due to his weak heart. Or there's some sort of gas in the library that knocked out both Leopold and the butler? Does this guy have anything that could like poison? Slate stone, seal. A spicy smelling ornamental box. Ooh, it could have been this guy. Too bad I don't have the freaking names. I actually think we're missing a name because the only two I haven't used yet are Blanchard and Augustus, and I have 3 boxes gone. So how about I find the other clues before I get all the names? I'll keep looking around here. Psychoactive plants, drug symptoms. Oh, has this guy been drugged? Look at his eye, it's red. Look at his eye, it's red. What causes red eye? Black poppy, sleepiness. Whites of eyes get a pink tint. Black poppy. And, well, there's also Lemurian lichen. Hyperconcentration on one thing. Loss of perception of time, rapid blinking. Oh, this guy's blinking a lot. He has a loss of perception of time, and he was supposedly with the Lemurian the whole time. Oh, this is getting very suspicious. Oh boy, so what we have here? We have 2 glasses, full glass of sherry, almost empty glass of sherry, fallen bottle. So this is the library here. What's this way? This is just the bird's eye view of the house. Chrysanthemum bushes, unfinished croquet match, because you lost track of time. This is the tea house. 2 cups of spicy smelling tea, one almost empty, the other untouched. Spicy smelling. Kind of like the Lemurian's toolbox or whatever it's called. Chess house. There's a game going on. Who's winning right now? Looks like white has more pieces. How on earth did a pawn get here? Why is there a pawn in the corner of the board? Explain yourself. Over here, I have a newspaper. Oh, finally, a little bit of name stuff. Who will be the new prime minister? Looks like the new order wins. That's scary. The new order party of the most MPs, but it is clear the 2 old parties will form a coalition. This means either loyalist leader Blanchard or moderate leader Valentine will become prime minister, leaving Lazarus Hearst and his party in opposition. Ah, so as becoming Griffin Reborn, Lazarus tried to run for government, but here we got either Blanchard or Valentine, prime minister. Wait. Oh, so this guy is either Valentine or Blanchard, because yeah, these 2 are talking about the politics, and then they're meeting together to figure out how the coalition's gonna go. And clearly one of them has survived. So I gotta figure out if he's a loyalist or a moderate. How about this? The seals of the 12 Lemurian clans? You mean, it kind of reminded me of idol glyphs, but not really. None of these have actually showed up on the idol. There's a whole missing boomerang from the wall. I mean, this could not get more obvious. It's definitely the Lemurian. I think I can actually crack this case right now, as long as I can get the names right. So first off, his first name's Augustus. Augustus Blanchard or Augustus Valentine? And this is a note from Leo implying they're actually kind of on friendly terms. Ah, Blanchard drank some of the sour sherry. That's James. Yeah, so it's Leopold Blanchard. There we go. Absolutely nailed it. So now we can do a lot here. I know that Augustus Valentine is the victim. Is it a boomerang? It's a boomerang. Boomerang is the murder weapon. I actually don't know exactly where he was murdered. I know he was found by Leopold Blanchard. The Salon. Deceased lying in the salon. This should be right. Next. Where was everyone when the body was found? The gardener was in the flower beds. The butler was passed out in the library. The doctor, James. Let me see. In the chess house with Alice there. Chess house is the general, so he's also in the chess house. The loyalist was in the salon because he found the body. The young man, let me take a look at this. In the tea house. And only he drank the tea, lost perception of time. Ergen drew his attention to the interesting design of the chess house. And then a lot happened, and then Ergen kept remarking. So Ergen did the murder between 3 and 5, basically, on this bullet point list. So, but they were technically both in the tea house. So I think it should be right. Yep, awesome. I'm on top of it. It's all come together. Early in the morning, Ergen Patu drugged. Actually, I don't know what we're talking about at this point. This is weird to decipher. I know all the main story. I don't know how much of this is the side story. Either way, he drugged them in the library, possibly stole a boomerang? Or maybe the stealing of the Lemurian boomerang from here makes sense? Are we in the salon right now? Is that what this is? Yeah, we're in the salon. Not what I would think of as a salon. He stole it from the salon. In the salon at around noon, Ergen Patoon killed Augustus Valentine and planted the button on him. Oh, to frame Leopold Blanchard. So he stole the button in the morning. That's what he did. He stole the button. Meanwhile, in the tea house, Ergen Patu drugged Gideon Bell and stole boomerang from the salon. And then this happened? Oh god, this is just wrong. This is annoying. I know most of the story, I just don't know how they're spilling it out. Maybe the wrinkle is this. Only one of the sherries actually has been drank. And both James and Leopold said they had a glass together. So one of them's lying I guess James Turner could be in on it. Oh, fuck. Of course James Turner would want to kill one of the candidates, frame the other, and thus resulting in the new order, which he is kind of a part of, to become government. And then he's just kind of there, maybe doing some sketchy stuff, maybe intentionally, maybe unintentionally. But in fact, James Turner drugged Leopold Blanchard in the library, stole a button. I know it's not done yet, because there's a lot that needs to be changed. But that doesn't explain, actually, how the butler passed out in here. But I feel like he's in on it. Wait a second. The noon killing happened at noon. James wasn't in the chess house until the afternoon. And what does James say? Oh, yeah, there's a gap between 3 and 4 here for James's story. Ordering the butler to get rid of the bad's cherry, and then there's a lot of time before playing chess with Alistair. So hold on, let's get changing some stuff here. Maybe Ergen just wanted to steal the boomerang. That's his form of revenge. But here, we actually have James Turner killing. Still wrong, but I think that's just because, I'm actually not sure what's up with this. Oh, holy shit. There's 12 seals, but 11 here, and this is just literally a seal. He stole a seal from the Salon. Huh? So, Ergen Patu stole the seal. He also drugged Gideon Bell, but this is still not going to be right? Maybe it will be. Okay, we're at 2 incorrects. Let's see. Early in the morning, James Turner drugged Leopold Blanchard in the library and stole a button. Meanwhile, in the tea house, Ergen Patu drugged Gideon Bell and stole a Lemurian seal from the Salon. I guess also in the morning, which makes sense. And that's why he's saying the host, I hope the host did not notice me when he was leaning over the sleeping eye-patch gentleman. So he saw the aftermath of James drugging Leopold while he was stealing the seal, which explains that and means this is also right. In the Salon at around noon, James killed Augustus Valentine and planted the button on him to frame Leopold Blanchard. What is wrong here? And yeah, he's using the button to frame him. Like, I thought maybe I just got someone's first and last name wrong, but that's not the case. I'm out of good ideas. It's time for the weird ones. I originally had Ergen killing Augustus, and it kind of made sense because he was killed with, like, the Lemurian boomerang, and maybe he's good at it. So, like, maybe James and Ergen were in cahoots, and James didn't want to get blood on his hands, so he had Ergen do it? No, but you know what? It's still the same amount of incorrect. So clearly, someone that wasn't James killed Augustus. Even though James planted the button, he just had someone do his dirty work for him. I mean, who could we actually place in this study around noon based off these stories? Could be Alistair, but doesn't Gideon see them? No, I guess he saw Lord Alistair leave the chess house and return shortly afterwards. I mean, I guess Alistair could do it as well, because we know that Alistair is also part of the cult, so he could have the blood on his hands. I mean, I guess. It just seems weird to me that they had multiple people do a one-man job. But yeah, the Alistair and James plotted to turn the ruling moderate and loyalist parties against each other. Over the course of a weekend at James's manor, Alistair murdered the moderate leader, and James framed the loyalist leader. I guess we could also look at him. He's saying this is outrageous. He's also framing Leopold. So this guy really wasn't in on it? He just wanted to steal the seal? There's just one weird inconsistency. Oh, there isn't a weird consistency. I'm like, how does he not have the ability to testify? And that's because James Turner led the interrogation. It's not so much that Ergen had struggles communicating, which maybe is a little true. It might be slight, but it's definitely exaggerated here. Okay, here's what I find is weird. I just find it oddly convenient that the only other guy who maybe could have helped, I mean, and he did help with his testimony, this guy, he happened to be drugged by someone who wasn't in on it. I guess an accidental drugging? Nah, but I guess he needed to drug him. I guess it was just convenient. He needed to drug the guy to steal the seal, and it was just convenient that it lined up with the murder. It does feel a lot more coincidental than the others. Felt like the others had some very thorough planning. You have proven I can trust you. Oh, here is the Brotherhood's artifact that removed from the traitor Keen. Let me educate you how it works. I said to take heat from this cup of water. And I changed the symbols and used the idol to give that heat to something else. But there is much more that the idol can do. What mystery lies here is the New Order chapter, the Triumph of Order. Because, yeah, now we have a New Order member as Prime Minister. And, of course, the killings don't stop. You give the cult power, and they keep killing people. Wow. Well, these are all cult members. At a hearing, there's a dead guy. Why did he die? Who killed him? What happened? No apparent wounds, and he's not breathing. Prince of Dusk. Like night, I am dark and full of terror. I do not fear love. Do not make that error. When you know my name, just look for my face. There's probably some code in here, or maybe some context later that will help. Let's take a look at things. I recognize you, Nicholas Maker. It's a thing of beauty to see order prevail. If it were not against the first virtue, I would feel very happy. Nicholas, I'll wager you feel the new regime rewards your diligence now. So tell me on why I saw you spend more than 3 shillings on new clothes after I asked you to lend me money and you said you had none to spare. I suggest you lend me some now, unless you want me to write up an official report about a 4th virtue breach. Your beloved brother. So Nicholas Maker's embezzling money? This is his passport with the New Order stamp? Oh, his merit. He was labeled a protocol as being on Thursday, even though it was on Wednesday. Terrible. Took a double length lunch break in the office. Honestly, just give him the guillotine. A loyal service in low ranking position to the order party. Plus 10 merit. Total merit plus 4. Good for him. See the others. How about this guy? Poor bugger. I've never seen so much merit removed in the tribunal. Some mistakes are very costly. Franks? Albion Frank banknote? This is Willard Wright. I recognize you. Sorry, David Gorin. Willard Wright was the guy he killed. He had a secret compartment in his office locker. Absolutely terrible. Denied the existence of the secret compartment. Even worse. Loyal service in low ranking position to the order party. Now he's got plus 8 merit. Yeah, good for him. These guys got nothing. What about you? I felt in my bones that I should have drunk less. Now we poor souls experience God's wrath. Also, there are 46 clues, and why do I have some of them already? Oh, do these count as clues? Oh God, there's number clues. Oh, what's on Nicholas's desk? Weekly order party of People's Tribunal number 42. 6 culprits are brought to the tribunal. Noon, tribunal is opened, 12:15. Each culprit's charges are evaluated and merit changes are calculated. 15:10. First culprit's merit extraction starts. 15:20, second culprit. 15:35, third culprit. Do we know what time it is? Of course we don't, at least not yet. Remember the 3rd virtue. Ah, yes, this will remind me very well of said 3rd virtue. The 2nd virtue, maybe this one's don't be lazy. Is the 3rd virtue have fun? Well, what's the 1st virtue? Is it up here? Oh God, there's actually a lot to look at. I'm gonna go back down first, just to get the thing about these people. This tribunal is a farce. They spread lies that my pure love is merely lust. And what do they even know about true art? Such a relief that they decide not to push any fashion changes. I hope the process is not painful. So now up here, what's your deal? That is music to my ears, Alistair. But do control your emotions. We as arbiters of order must never violate the 1st virtue. He's got a ton of banknotes. Dear Dr. Turner, James Turner, I must regretfully inform you that during your absence from party business, your senior assistant, Daniel, has demonstrated extreme untidiness and thus breached one of the virtues. From Toby, they're reporting on each other. I guess we just don't need to keep track of names for once. But he drank a full bottle of brandy at a picnic. Unacceptable. He kept the book Legacy of the Rose Dynasty in his study. Heresy. Loyal service to the order party in high-ranking position, which gives him more merits, of course. I wonder if I'm actually supposed to figure out what these demerits are really worth. So plus 20 merits, so these are combined 8 merits. There was one guy below who had 2 just single minus merits, and maybe that could help with deducing. What are you insinuating, James? I would never breach the 4th virtue. You know damn well that I keep no secrets. What? 4th virtue? 4th virtue is about controlling your emotions, it would seem. He's also rich. Dear Arbiter Cock, I'm writing to inform you that our regiment's colonel was seen with another officer's wife in a potentially intimate situation. We implore you to send your agents to investigate this potential flouting of the 1st virtue. No adultery? Is that what it is? He's got plus 11. He slapped a sergeant in anger. Actually, pretty bad. He listened to marching music in his manor. All right, that's it. Just throw the whole thing out. And that's together minus 9 merit. We got a ton of these. What is this pose? Why do they have nude calendars? Vanger Quinn, he had charges, claimed he had no wife, has a painting depicting a naked person in his house. So this isn't Mr. Quinn. Broke his wife's favorite teapot in anger, was observed spending a night with his neighbor's wife. Walter Keane, he flirted 3 times with different married women during the party convention, wore ridiculous headgear at 5 public events, claimed he had not betrayed High Arbiter Lazarus during his ritual of ascendance. And expelled from the party of order. Lothar Richards held the dinner party a few years ago where he offered large amount of wine to his guests, got angry during the questioning and shouted at the High Arbiter, but he revealed the whereabouts of his hiding fugitive dissident, daughter Mary and her husband Peter. 15 merit. Josh Bailey left his work at Tannery early, drank excessive amounts of gin at the Scrawny Cat, drank excessive amounts of rum at the Old Oak, approached a married woman with an indecent offer, denied 4 times during questioning that he had done these acts, so he's a drunk catcaller. Horace Webb, he has not held a job since the new regime, evaluated as 60 instances of non-work. He claims he works in his castles, helping his servants clean it, possessed 15 books kept in his private library, expressed willingness to donate his castle to the party, evaluated as plus 200 merit. That's a lot of merit. That's even more than the Arbiters of Truth or whatever they call themselves. Duke Gideon Bell wears an outrageous hairstyle. Not wrong. Broke down in tears 10 times during the questioning. Has refused to start working. Evaluated as 5 instances of job skipping. Rejected the High Arbiter's request that he share information of a secret entrance to the castle of his cousin in the Sovereign. Well, how about this room? The 4 maxims of virtue. So here we have Lazarus Hurst. Silence! You will perform your function as much as required. It is paramount to ensure order in the new society. The Golden Idol. Increase. Oh, I don't remember what these are. Let me check. Oh, it's this unknown effect. It's possibly like revitalizing matter. Possibly. Bringing organic matter, even people, back from a decaying or dead state. So why is it set to that? Oh, well, probably because someone died downstairs. Maybe this killed them? In all truth, Lord High Arbiter, I would prefer storing no more than this. Newspaper from yesterday. Since year 1792, when it gained a majority in parliament and liberated our government from multi-party chaos, aka 3 years ago, the Order Party has worked hard to improve society. Despite the vast popular support for the party, His Majesty refuses to acknowledge the authority of the party's tribunal. High Arbiter Lazarus Hurst has announced that in 2 months, the party and its supporters will support in a peaceful march to the king's current residence to demonstrate their value of moderation. I am honored to help the party upkeep the 4 virtues. I only hope sitting here all day does not count as sloth. 4 virtues being about love, about flying, of course, about the sun, and about seeing. Now, we can piece that together with combined clues elsewhere. There are worse jobs than this one, and thank God tobacco is not considered an indulgence. A bit boring, though. Too bad literature is forbidden. And then what is this? Remember the second virtue. Store confiscated objects and evidence according to the virtue breached. Oh, so these breach the first virtue. This breaches the second virtue. Blackbrook Farm. 3 pounds of butter delivery. Total cost 29 pence. Is the second virtue bad math? Is it about embezzling money? First virtue is probably just like no substances. No indulgences, probably. Third virtue, what? So no arts? Portrait of Gideon Bell. Nice. Fourth virtue, stories, autumn tales, no books. Let me see this. Oh, so I gotta figure out the virtues, figure out how little merit or how much merit is taken away for each of them, and then figuring out who has a certain amount of merit. Interesting. Well, so the first has something to do with indulgence. I think I don't know what the names of them are. I could see like this being lust. Like the thing is with these, I'm actually not sure which is the highest because I'm pretty sure this is like truth. Secrets will be punished. Like literature will be punished. Art will be punished. Music will be punished. Emotions will be punished. Control your emotions. We must never violate the first virtue. Excessive emotions will be punished. I would never breach the fourth virtue. Know damn well I keep no secrets. Secrets will be punished. Lies will be punished. So truth here. And then if I go down, second virtue is probably sloth or diligence, maybe. Sloth will be punished. Mistakes will be punished. Untidiness will be punished. And then the third virtue is beauty. Vulgar art, music, and fashion will be punished. Absolutely nailed it. What a great authoritarian I am. So now we gotta figure out the negative merit. So where was the guy who had just basically -2 merit? Or +8 is exactly what I'm looking for. You, +8, so he had +10, then -1, -1. So secret compartment in his office locker, and then lied about it. So that's 2 violations of the 4th virtue. So that's -1 merit for that. Then how about you? Can I deduce yours? Messed up the protocol and then took a double-length lunch break in the office. I think that's 2 violations of diligence. And he had -6 from that, so 2 times 3 is, well, 2 times -3 is -6. You have -8, where you drank a full bottle of brandy at a picnic and kept the book Legacy of the Rose Dynasty in his study. What do I think Legacy of the Rose Dynasty is? Do I think that's a 3rd or 4th merit violation? It's probably the literature. Oh, it's definitely the literature. So -1 for violating the 4th virtue and -7 for excessively drinking. So then you have -9. Slapped the sergeant in anger, probably excessive emotions, and he listened to unacceptable music. So -7 for the anger and then -2 for the music. Let's go. So now we just got to figure out what amount of merits the 6 books received. No wife, so that's a lie. Actually, here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna just write down the merit so I don't have to go back and forth. No wife, -1. Naked person ends up being -3. Broke his wife's favorite teapot in anger, -10. Was observed spending a night with neighbor's wife. I'm actually not sure about that. -10 minus the neighbor's wife thing. Lust, probably. Excessive lust, I could see it, so -17. That's a lot of negative merit. How about Walter Keane? Flirted with 3 different married women. Probably lust, -7. Wore ridiculous headgear. Probably -9. Claimed he had not betrayed High Arbiter Lazarus, which is just a lie. So that's -10. Fuck. Do I have to multiply the negative merit by the amount of times it happened? So I guess, like, otherwise they wouldn't specify the amount of times it happened. So is it -7 times 3 for -21, and then -2 times 5 for another -10 for -31, and then -32 here? That's worth a shot. Oops, come on. Yeah, you do multiply it by the amount of times it happened. Lothar. Dinner party where he offered a large number of wine to his guests, so -7. Got angry during the question and shouted at the High Arbiter, also -7. And then +15, so that's +1. Next is Josh Bailey. Left tannery early. Seems like diligence -3. Excessive amounts of gin and scrawny cat -10. Drank more -17. Approached a married woman with an indecent offer -24. Denied 4 times during questionings that he's done these acts -28. Let's go. Nailed it this time. Let's check out Horace. 60 instances of non-work. That's how we offset the 200 merit. That's -180. Claims he worked in his castle, so -181. Possesses 15 books in his private library, so -15, which is -196. +200 though, so he's got +4. Good for you, you're in the positives. And last but not least, Gideon Bell. Outrageous hairstyle, -2. 10 emotional bursts, so -72. 5 job skipping, so -87. And denied telling the truth, so -88. Yeah, that's a secret. -88 for Gideon. Phenomenal. So now the story, huh? Number something have passed since Order Party has seized power. Oh, probably 3 years have passed since the Order Party has seized power. During a tribunal, someone is judged to have the largest merit deduction in all tribunal history. So Gideon Bell. To execute his punishment. Hold on, though. I guess his head shaved? It does look like an old Gideon Bell. Did he get, like, reverse necromancy? Did he just get aggressively aged? Is that what happened? Yeah, maybe. To execute his punishment, idol was used on him, and he lost something and died? Like, I mean, I know he lost 88 merits and died, but I don't know if that's actually applicable. Well, it's pretty close. He could have lost 88 years to match his 88 merits. Sure. The Order Party has seized power, now enforces the 4 maximum virtue. The young Duke, Gideon Bell, was judged during the tribunal to have lost 88 merits. The High Arbiter of the party, Lazarus Hurst, used the idol to decrease Gideon's youth by 88 years, thus making him 108, which resulted in his death. Yeah, makes sense to me. Lined it up pretty well. Well, now the siege on the king, right? The new Order Party is gonna, march to the king's castle. The slight delay in the peaceful march to the king's castle. Holy crap. Oh, it's okay. There's only 36 clues. So there's the castle. It started at the camps. There's Nicholas Maker once again. Yes, Comrade Lazarus has not yet returned for several hours. Comrades Alistair and James have gone to find him. They do not return, and we will organize more search party to find the lost. Interesting. Well, inside, we have a map, party camp, crossroads, cabin, Little Mermaid Inn, Lover's Islet, Blackfield Manor, Belchester Castle. The whole world's coming together. Lazarus Hurst. And so this is his stuff. Okay, here's the Edmund Clousley's journal. Lazarus, you took 32 things from me. I demand you return them. If you refuse, I will make the story of your true origins known to the other party leaders. At 11:30 on May 15th, meet me at the place the idol was stolen from our brotherhood, and poor Willard Wright met his death. Come alone and bring proof, something personal of yours to give to the veiled woman. Tie your reply to the pigeon and release it from the cage. It will find me. Is this David Gorin's writing? He knows. Well, this is his book of professionals. He's resourceful and discreet professional. Nicholas Maker, he's cowardly, useful up to a limit. Alistair Cock, pompous and vain, but being a military man is ready to obey and ready to kill. James Turner, greedy and hedonistic, requires constant material motivation to cooperate. Walter Keane, ambitious and inventive, but treacherous as many smart people are. Ah, so that could have been Walter Keane's note too. I guess he's not dead, he's just simply expelled. That's all to make of here. I haven't even found the dead guy yet. This regime has to fall. It has taken everything from me. It's 12:15 right now. A Kepler route marching report. At 8, a newfangled insurrectionist carriage passes by. At 8:30, an individual in the insurrectionist uniform passes by on the new 2-wheel contraption. At 10:15, 2 individuals in insurrectionist uniforms pass on horses. So a carriage, an individual, then 2 individuals on horses. That's the order. You just got the golden idol. Why are you not working, you useless piece of garbage? I'm doing the exact same thing I saw Lazarus doing the merit executions. Oh, what is up with these glyphs? They look slanted, they look demented. The light is not on. It's busted. The golden idol's been destroyed. He's trying to revive the apple or something just to show that it can work. Well, how do you have it? He's one of the 2 on a horse. Here's the dead guy. So you, man with helmet and numerous cuts on his body, not breathing. He got in a fight, lost. He was probably the individual on non-horse. This way to, it's just directions, which I have the map for. There's a 3-way intersection. There's a house here, with more dead people. Damn you cunning devil, arg. You will find me in the place where we 2 first met. There we can talk. Is this Lazarus Hurst? I recognize the armband. He doesn't have the golden idol on him. Looks like he's been shot in the back by this gentleman. Oh, I recognize that voice. It is you. Isn't it poetic that you have fallen for the same trap you did all those years ago? Straw men are your bane? So this is a dark hand steward. You mean Walter Keane? And he shot this guy in the back. Maybe this is David Gorin? Maybe this is Walter Keane? Can I do it yet? No, I don't identify people. That is way too much. This is a lot though, let me tell you. Oh, we can actually go back to the other chapters to get information. That's helpful. Let's see it. This is the transportation device. The newfangled carriage, if you will. Well, David Gorin knows a thing or two about carriages. A shot goes through the window. What about this? Oh, and he was going to meet a straw man. Scarecrow with a hole through its head. I guess he got blasted. Bullet lodged in the wall. Damn, this bullet's got piercing power. I mean, damn. This looks like David Gorin's sack, doesn't it? I admit I may have treated you unjustly after a long cooperation. I will come alone in peace so we can discuss your compensation. So I want to figure out this murder first. It's 12:15, so I technically don't know. I mean, this is probably the afternoon. Probably, possibly. Well, no. No, he came on the newfangled carriage first, so it's probably early in the morning. It was probably the first killing. Although if that's the case, then why are you still here at 12:15? Oh, so whoever was here came at 8:30. Everyone showed up before noon, so I can't use this as a timing. Just they came out in the morning. I'm gonna say this is very recent because you can actually see it as it happens. Like this is afternoon at the cabin. And then, oh, so he's saying you've fallen for the same trap. So this is Walter Keane, this is David Gorn, 100%. And I guess that's just where they met. Yeah, that makes sense. Walter Keane killed David Gorn. See, I thought the Darkhand Steward would have been David Gorn at this point, and Walter Keane would have more than 2 eyeballs on his back. But I guess he was expelled, so never mind. I forgot he was expelled from the order. So 2 eyeballs makes perfect sense. Oh, we just haven't seen Lazarus yet. I mean, there's a similarity in the pigeon and cage, but I think that's because Walter Keane's been writing a lot of messages and sending them off via pigeons. 1 to David Gorn, some to others. I did finish up the cabin. Let's go check out here now. Oh, wow. Good for this guy. The gambler, he got his girl. Wife, even. Dear husband, you are so brave, and you have been drinking since early this morning. But what will we do now? What if the evil government men find us? What is this? Dear Mary, I know where your unworthy mate is hiding you. Soon I will free you from his dirty paws and ship him to colonies. While I will put you on a pedestal of sweetest praise, and you will become my ideal wife. Edmund. He isn't dead. He isn't dead. Whoa, okay. And this is Peter saying, hey, my uncle Edmund Clausley died in some robbery and I'm rich. Now your father will see me for the man that I am. Let's marry. I had a feeling Edmund was still alive. Bring that back, that damn horse. What is this? The 7 C's stamp. I have some small but pressing business to attend at the property of our late brother Sebastian, the previous Proud Beast steward. I will be back at the camp for a 10 o'clock strategy meeting as planned. Damn, Sebastian Clausley died a long time ago, but he also was one of the people that came on horseback. Was it 2 people on horseback? No, here's the other horse, right? Yeah, 2 individual insurrectionist uniforms passed him on horses. Here's one of them. This might not be the other one. There's a horse though. Here, we got a boat, just a straight up boat at port next to the Little Mermaid Inn. We're back. The door's open. Not this door though. Still this guy. All these order rats sneaking around here. This is no good. I hope they'll just blackmail me and bugger off. How about this? We have Ada Baker in the Dandelion room and Walter Knott in the Forget-Me-Not room. People playing cards as always. Do you think they'll try to kidnap the king? Me and my employer are getting out of this blasted country. Got an Edmund Cloudsley handkerchief. I have instructed him to arrive at around 11:30. Most likely he will be in order party uniform. If he comes alone, without any backup outside, approach him. If he gives you something that belonged to the one who escaped your tonic, you may proffer him the instruction slip I gave you. Conceal your face, he may recognize you. Oh God, these are complicated stories. This looks like Annie, right? I heard rumors you lost the cannon while gambling. Nonsense, I'm not an idiot. It's John. But real men like us could beat those order party ninnies even without any weapons. What are you gonna do? Beat them in a game of cards that somehow progresses the plot forward in very strange ways? Nah, that would be weird. This is the most interesting one. 11:30, where have I heard that before? Ah, 11:30. Meet me at the Little Mermaid Inn. Give something to the veiled woman. And what did he give that was personal? Probably the handkerchief, huh? And then she slipped him an instruction slip. Well, the instruction slip is probably this. Ah, it's all coming together now. Next, I got the Blackfield Manor. Ah, wow, this place has run down. Mangled and burned corpses. An empty cannon, literally shot with a cannon. Who was coming to here again? Well, I heard rumors you lost the cannon while gambling. Oh my God, the gambling actually progressed the plot? Cannon also is more likely from the ship. Yeah, the ship is missing a cannon. That's what we're supposed to get here. Ah, so a cannon was transported from the ship to Cloudsley Manor. I swear someone was supposed to meet there though. I can't find what it is I was looking for though. Small but pressing business to attend to at the property where the cannon was shot off at. I'll be back for a 10 o'clock strategy meeting as planned. I feel like Lazarus set off the cannon. It might have just been Cloudsley setting off the cannon, killing 3 of them. We actually can't even go into the manor. Oh God, so I have everything. Now I gotta figure this out. So here's something interesting. He's got the golden idol and he's not Lazarus. So I could perceive this guy killing off Lazarus. He also has a slightly dented saber, like one that was just in a spar. And thus, this dead man could be Lazarus. It also has a slightly dented saber with some blood on it. But does it look like he's been bloodied? Oh yeah, he's got a ankle cut. Some blood, but he's all right. This could be early in the morning. Alistair killed Lazarus at the crossroads. So then before noon, there was a killing at the manor. So that's the third murder. First, Walter Keane wrote this note to, I assume, Lazarus. Well, it has to be Lazarus. So he's supposed to go to the Little Mermaid Inn, bring something. So maybe he did. Maybe he went there, or maybe it was David Gorn who went there. David Gorn would actually make more sense, because that's why she has the Edmund Cloudsley thing. Oh, wow, who escaped your tonic? Yeah, Ada Baker, the previous employer. Oh, so if he gives you something of Edmund Cloudsley, give him the instruction slip. So yeah, David Gorn could have given this, and then she could have given David Gorn the instruction slip. Then here, he is surprised that the person showed up. He was expecting Lazarus, but got David Gorn. So I could fill this in. So in the afternoon, David Gorn went to the cabin to find Walter Keane, because Walter Keane had tried to blackmail Lazarus Hearst to get back his golden idol. Let's see. Damn it. Well, how about this middle section? We do know that Coke and Turner went out to try and find Lazarus Hearst. Instead, they found the golden idol at the... Oh, this changes a lot, actually. Hold on, this changes a lot. I'm starting to piece together what this story actually is. Let me look at the map. At the crossroads. On the way back, they started to fight over it. Ooh, that's close. Maybe found the golden idol at the manor? Okay, so they fight it at the crossroads. So we know that Coke survived, so he killed James Turner at the crossroads. So that means the first killing was actually at the manor. So early in the morning, Lazarus Hearst went to the manor to find possibly Walter Keane, because Walter Keane wanted to have the golden idol. And that's just wrong. Okay, awesome. 32 things. Wait a second. 32 things. That's not 32 years, could it be? Walter Keane received 32 merits minus. So he took away 32 years. He wanted to have the lost years? Wait, no, this one's wrong. He wanted to get back his lost years at the bottom. That's correct. But this is still going to be close. Let's see if I can get this right, though. David Gorn went to the cabin to find Walter Keane, because Walter Keane tried to blackmail Lazarus Hearst to get back his lost years. Maybe he just went to kill Walter Keane? Ah, that's just all it is. Okay, not find, but kill specifically. So I think Lazarus Hearst was shot by a cannon at the manor, but who done it? What he's saying is Peter or Mary Batley? You are so brave and you've been drinking since early this morning. Nothing will stand in her way. Maybe he killed her. Yeah, maybe he just straight up killed Lazarus so he could have the ideal wife. And then let me look at this. He just hasn't returned for several hours. I could see Peter Batley killing Lazarus Hearst. Huh, well, how about that? And here, Lazarus Hearst went to the manor to find Peter Batley because Peter Batley wanted to have the ideal wife. Okay, guess not. I mean, there's a ton of mangled corpses here. Maybe Lazarus wanted Peter's wife? So maybe he wanted to kidnap Mary Batley? Because someone wanted to have the ideal wife? Well, because Peter Batley wanted to have the ideal wife? Or pretty close now. Well, because Lazarus Hearst wanted to have the perfect wife? Huh. That makes more sense. Everyone wants Mary Batley. Before storming the king's castle with the ordered party, Lazarus Hearst led his men to Sebastian Cloudsley Old Manor in order to kidnap his long-lost love, Mary Batley Nee Richards, who was hiding there with her husband, Peter Batley. I think it just occurred to me this entire time, Lazarus Hearst was Edmund Cloudsley. I think it just hit me. That makes so much sense. Upon entering the manor, Lazarus and his troops were confronted by a drunk Peter and the cannon he had won while gambling. Peter blew up Lazarus, breaking the idol, and then fled the scene with Mary. Well, damn. Is it? Thank you for playing. So, down with virtues. The new order has been toppled. Is this really the end? I was never part of that ghastly organization. I can take this gilded brass trinket for scrap metal. You can have 3 Sufred and call yourself lucky. Ah, damn, this is a fun game. There is an epilogue. You know, the king survived and can take over, I guess. Let's see. Grand vision of a better world. I figured there'd be more. Oh, we have all the clues already. So maybe it's just like no, it's not very simple. There's a lot of story. Witness the power of the idol in my hands and swear loyalty to Lazarus Hearst. We will build the ideal society. Oh, so this is something that can make people a lot older. Increase their years. The Brotherhood of Masks. Only one thing is worse than imbeciles with power. The rich and noble have a social club with mystical rituals and other hogwash and are so stupid that they did not realize when they had some truly miraculous technology in their hands. However, they are influential and persistent and have already caused a great deal of harm to me and my goals. Walter Keane has told me more about their organization and practices. If he tells the truth, and they are truly devoted to their religious entity of Griffin Reborn, I could gain some powerful allies for my next move. Edmund Cloudsley. Order Party Manifesto. All citizens are equal. All citizens must serve society to the full extent of their abilities. Citizens must be evaluated according to how virtuous they are. A society with internal contradictions is unsustainable. Therefore, it must be led by the most virtuous citizen. The king should step down. The aristocracy should be abolished. The more virtuous citizens are better able to serve society. Therefore, virtuous citizens deserve to gain more time on this earth, and bad citizens deserve to lose time. This is unbelievable. My pure Mary is joined in matrimony with that clown Peter Batley. She must have done it out of grief for my death. Such a hasty decision goes against every principle of virtue. Therefore, I consider the marriage null and void. She will come to me once she learns I still live, but for now, my duties in the service of humanity take precedence. Society must be built on the principles of virtue. Only thus can it become truly great. Look at the Lemurians. Thousands of years ago, they had an empire on the banks of 7 seas. Their ancient technology continues to baffle modern science, but they became inert and decadent and forgot how to build and operate their machines. Their empire crumbled because it was built on pleasure seeking, not virtue. It is by divine providence that I got my hands on a working ancient Lemurian artifact, the Golden Idol. I will use its powers to set humanity on the right path by building the ideal state. Holy cow. I swear it. Yes, with these powers, I will do whatever is necessary to build a better world. So this is Walter Keane. Ah, and this is the previous members of the Brotherhood. It all makes sense now. Yes, my lord, I swear my loyalty to you and will undertake whatever tasks are required of me. David, I thank you for dealing with all the challenges related to my death and for keeping an eye on our new ally. I do feel I've impressed him with not only with the Golden Idol, but also with my vision of the ideal society. Come to our hideout on November 24th. We are ready for the next step. Wow, so this is just filling in the gaps of the story. Let's start on the left. Sebastian Cloudsley left the idol to the Brotherhood in his will, but then David Gorin, on Edmund Cloudsley's orders, stole the idol and accidentally stabbed Willard Wright. The Brotherhood tasked Walter Keane to punish David Gorin and recover the idol, but his attempts were fruitless. Fuck. Oh, to punish Edmund Cloudsley, not to punish David Gorin. That makes sense. There we go. During one attempt, Walter Keane was captured, and Edmund Cloudsley convinced him to join his side. Edmund Cloudsley used the idol to make himself young and infiltrated the Brotherhood under the new identity of Lazarus Hearst. Then he claimed to be Griffin Reborn and transformed the Brotherhood into the Order Party. Oh my gosh. Brotherhood Masters James Turner and Alistair Cock helped Lazarus Hearst seize power in the country and enforced the rule of virtues by taking youth away from common people and giving it to the Order Party members. Right before the final showdown with the uncooperative king, Lazarus Hearst wanted to kidnap Mary Batley, but was shot by Peter Batley, and the idol was broken. Neat story. All wrapped up in a beautiful bow.
And I'd like to thank you all for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed. More Golden Idol is available on this channel. Check it out, and have a wonderful day, and peace.